And good morning and welcome to Tyler, Texas. We are at Christus Trinity Mother Francis Mike Carter Field. And after 12 weeks of college baseball, the Cougars and the Apaches will finally face each other on the field. This is Dr. John Groth on the pregame show. We'll have a chance to hear from both head coaches as we get ready to play a 7-game series, the first 4 of which will be here in Tyler. And in 2 weeks, there'll be another 3-game series down in Beeville where the Coastal Bend Cougars call home. And the Coastal Bend Cougars come into this weekend with an 18-25 record. Coach Brian Barley is their head coach. He's in his 3rd season as skipper of the Cougars. And the Apaches come in 34-9, having won 3 games in a row. And we'll talk to Coach Wren here in a few minutes. Of course, the Apaches and the Cougars the last couple of years in this 7-game series, it's been very competitive. And I want to say that, I don't know if it was last year, maybe the last 2 years, it's been a 4-3 series, very closely contested. So I know Coach Wren and Coach Barley are anxious to get this thing going, as are we. It's always a fun series to call. And so I did have a chance to talk to Coach Brian Barley. He's in his 3rd season as head coach. He has spent 5 years with the program. He was 2 years an assistant coach for the Cougars. And so let's hear what Coach Barley had to say just a few minutes ago down in front of the Cougar dugout.
Barley outside the Cougar dugout, and let's talk a little bit about the 2019 season. So much for both Doug. I just got talking to Doug about this. You guys play a whole season, and both of you have 11, he's got 10 left, and 7 against one another. So much rides on this series in terms of, I guess, the seeding. And really this year with the new format of the playoffs, really what's at stake here is the ability to host, right?
Yes, sir. It would be nice to host. We've overcome some adversity, trying to at least. We've lost some key guys early on. Lost my first baseman due to an injury for the rest of the year. Lost our All-American on the mound.
Okay.
So we're kind of really young.
Adversity to overcome.
Got a lot of adversity to overcome. We haven't overcome it to this point, so hopefully this weekend we can.
Well, I always enjoy calling these games because there's just because of what's at stake in Region 14. You guys are the only 2 teams in the region. And so, to me, I think your guys ramp it up a notch, and so do they. And so those are fun games to broadcast. Offensively, down a little bit this year. Team average 253. How do you generate some runs against a pretty good pitching staff?
We're going to have to execute. I mean, we haven't done a very good job executing all year. Maybe this weekend we'll figure it out. I'm waiting for them to make that turn. We can help make that turn.
Talk about who's going to get the ball here in Game 1 for you.
Josh Mendez, left-hander. He's from Corpus Christi Moody. He'll get the ball Game 1. He's been our most effective guy around the plate. Throws a lot of strikes. Done a good job. He's a sophomore.
Okay.
Redshirt sophomore, medical redshirt. And done a good job all year. We feel like he's our best option going into the first game.
Well, Brian, welcome to Tyler, and I'll look forward to talking to you the next couple of days. I think the rain's going to hold off, so we're going to be, I think it's just going to get a little soggy, but appreciate your time. Hope that things go well for the Cougars today.
Yes, sir, John. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, a big thank you to Coach Brian Barley in his 3rd year as the head coach of the Coastal Bend Cougars. And, of course, they've been very, very competitive in this region and in the district playoffs as well. And appreciate him taking a few minutes of his pregame time. The Cougars getting ready to, I guess both teams just taking their last few warm-up tosses and getting their legs loose a little bit. Both pitchers starting to get their arms loose. And we'll talk about the pitchers here. I talked to Coach Wren. Coach Wren's in his 10th season as the head coach of the Tyler Junior College Apaches. 34-9 are the Apaches this year, and I'm pretty sure they're still top the rankings here. I haven't checked that. I want to check it real quick while we're got a minute before the ball game. And actually, Tyler has we've slipped down to 2nd now. Cumberland has jumped to the number 1 spot in the latest NJCA poll. So it's Cumberland 1, Tyler 2, Northampton 3, Rowan Gloucester, which is New Jersey club, 4, Rock Valley out of Illinois 5, Niagara out of New York 6, Herkimer out of New York 7, Brookdale, New Jersey 8, Northlake, Texas 9, Century, Minnesota 10, Rockingham, North Carolina also 10. So there's your top 10 in the latest NJCA poll. That was just came out yesterday. And so Cumberland County, 29-2 on the season, have slipped into that number 1 slot. The Apaches down to number 2 at 34. And now the Apaches come off a 3-game winning streak. And I caught up with Coach Wren a few minutes ago down in front of the Apache dugout right before they were getting ready to take pregame infield and outfield. So let's hear what he had to say just a second ago.
Out here, and well, here we go. We've waited a long time to get to April 17th, and you guys have had a nice season, 34-9. You're 43 games in. Both teams have played 43, and you guys have had a nice run here. But obviously there's some things going on right now that are going to challenge you a little bit. Talk about the mindset of your club right now as you go into the opening game against Coastal.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we work really hard for this week, and very unique in the fact, we have a 6-game schedule, and really only 7 of them really have any kind of impact on postseason. So this is obviously an important week for us, and something that our guys definitely look forward to. And we've had some roster management issues in the past 8 or 9 days, and so we are going to challenge our depth this week, and which is good. We'll be ready. I think it'll be kind of a next man up mentality, and I'm excited to see these guys respond, and ultimately as a coach, excited to see them compete with something on the line, whereas we haven't yet. So it'll be excited to see when they're squeezed what will come out. So hopefully it's good stuff. So, but I'm excited about where our guys are at. I think they're focused. I think they're ready and ready to do what it's going to take this week. And so we're prepared, and now we just got to go play and compete.
What are you looking for in this game? This is the opening game of a 4-game series here at home. You guys got 4 here, 3 down there. What are you going to look for today that's going to tell you that your guys are ready to go?
Yeah, I think early on you're probably going to see some nerves, which I think is pretty natural. So just kind of those settling down a little bit, and I think getting off to a good start and kind of getting those first couple innings, first couple at bats behind you, and then just go compete. And so obviously it'd be nice to win game 1. It sets the tone. And obviously being here at home, we want to take advantage of as many of these 4 games as we can. So it'll be important for us just to get off to a good start, to kind of calm things down after these first inning or so. If we can put up a couple zeros early and kind of dodge maybe an early cricket number or something, I think that would be good. Maybe put a couple
up yourself. That
would be nice.
Relax the dugout, right?
No doubt. So that's something we're kind of looking for. But really, regardless of how today goes, it's there's 6 more games after today. So today doesn't mean everything, but it would be nice to get off to a good start, win game 1, and kind of set up the rest of the week.
So yeah, I think I saw you got Cooper going today. What are you looking for on the pitching staff? One of the things you got uniquely this 4-game series is you do have to manage that bullpen a little bit, right? It's a little different than in previous, these other games that didn't really count. These count, and so you and Michael have to really kind of coordinate that bullpen. Cooper's going to get the ball in the game 1 here. Talk about how you're going to manage the pitching.
Yeah, Coop's given us quality outing after quality outing, and so we're going to expect for him to be in the zone today, mixing up speeds and getting us back in the dugout and ready to hit. So he's done that all year long for us and had a really good freshman campaign so far. And so he's pitched in some big ball games in high school, and so I don't think the moment's going to be too big for him. And we just got to hope that he's ready to go and prepped, and we think he is. So and then on the pitching side of things, 4-game series, you don't really play 4-game series. So that's what is a little bit weird about a 4-game and a 3-game. But when you do get to the World Series, you win 4 games and you're done. So it does kind of set us up for that. So for this week, it'll be less about getting guys innings and more so about putting guys in situations where we think that we can help win us ball games. So it's not so much where probably it's been up to this point where we've kind of spread the love. We've just gotten guys in to get work. This will be all hands on deck, and we'll be firing all our guns, and
Today's a 9, right?
Today's a
and
9.
2 7s tomorrow.
2 7s tomorrow, and
a
then
9
on Friday.
on 9. So that plays into the pitching as well. So Doug, thanks for your time. I know you're getting ready to take in out here. You got the golds on. Let's see if we can get a win in the golds today.
Let's do it. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, big thank you to Coach Wren for taking a few minutes right before they take in out. I kind of grab him on a pregame interview. They're down at the home plate area talking over the ground rules with Coach Brian Barley and the 3 umpires here. So we are moments away from first pitch here in Tyler, Texas, as the Apaches and the Coastal Bend Cougars. Let's go through the starting lineups as we get ready to play baseball. For the Coastal Bend Cougars, they are 18-25 on the year. They're led by third-year head coach Brian Barley. Here's the lineup that Coach Barley has written on his lineup card today. Leading off is the center fielder, Cody Kolb. Batting second, the right fielder, Kyler Bumstead. Batting third, the first baseman, Kyle McShaffrey. Batting cleanup, the left fielder, Bo Gonzalez. Batting fifth is the third baseman, Cooper Coe. Batting sixth, the shortstop, J.B. Trees. Batting seventh, the catcher, Ronnie Bailey Jr. Batting eighth, Jonah Bailey. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Kyle McMahon. Let's take a moment and honor America with our national anthem. Go through the starting lineup. Those of you just joining us, this is Dr. John Groth. I'll be on the play-by-play. Appreciate you joining the broadcast, and love to hear from you. If you want to give us a shout-out on the YouTube live chat feature, you're welcome to do that. A little misty today here at the ballpark. 67 degrees with a 93% humidity. Kind of a pea soup type of day today. Southeast breeze at 9 to 12. It's going to act from left center. So balls are going to kind of hang up here. You're going to have to really drive it to get it over the wall today. The other day we had the wind blowing out. Today, not so much. So that will be a factor. And so, again, the starting 9 for the Coastal Bend Cougars, 18-25, led by head coach Brian Barley. Leading off, center fielder Cody Cope. Batting second, right fielder Kyler Bumstead. Batting third is the first baseman Kyle McShaffrey. Batting Bo, the left fielder. Batting fifth, Cooper Coe, the third baseman. Batting J.B. the shortstop. Batting seventh, Ronnie Bailey Jr., the catcher. Batting Jonah, designated hitter. And batting ninth for the Cougars, second baseman Kyle McMahon. On the mound for the Cougars will be Josh Mendez, sophomore from Corpus Christi. Defensively for the Apaches, out in left field, Heath Hood. Center fielder today is Jacob Johnson. In right field, Nick Willoughby. Around the infield, Ty Meisner at third. Jacoby short. Jaron Burks gets the nod at second base today. Eric Owen at first base for the Apaches. And behind the plate, Cade Watson. On the mound, right-handed freshman from Hallsville, Texas, 6'1" and 195. Cooper 5-1 on the year with a 1.53 ERA. This is his 13th appearance of the season, his 12th start, and in those appearances, 15 innings, striking out 62 and walking just 10 back. Start for the Apaches. This freshman from Hallsville. Leading off for the Coastal Bend Cougars is center fielder Cody Kolb. And Kolb, the sophomore outfielder from Nederland, transfer from the University of the Southwest. He'll step in from the right side. Right on right matchup as we get this ball game started. Just a couple of minutes late here. Rawls has his sign. Going from the windup. First pitch, breaking pitch off the plate, ball one at 12:01. So just officially 1 minute past 12. Glad you're with us here in Tyler, Texas, Mike Carter Field. The pitch catches the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. To Cody Kolb, center fielder from Nederland. Foul tip, and it's caught. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, part of the theme of this series, I believe, is going to be the Tyler pitching versus the Coastal Bend hitting. There's a breaking pitch, strike 3. Kolb kind of froze up on that breaking ball. Started out at his shoulder and broke right over the heart of the plate. First strikeout for Rawls. Apaches have such a strong pitching staff, and the Cougars down a little bit offensively this year. 253 team average, so they're going to need to find a way to generate some offense against a pitching staff that has been awfully good all season. First pitch to Kyler Bumstead in there, strike 1. High chopper. This is going to be Meisner at third, cutting it off and throwing Bumstead out at first base. 5-3 if you're scoring at the house. There's 2 away here in the top of the first. Here's the first baseman, Kyle McShaffrey. And McShaffrey, the sophomore from Cy Woods, also a Wharton Junior College transfer. First left-handed batter of the day for the Cougars. Fastball away, ball 1. Well, what's at stake here is the ability to host the first round of the playoffs. Change the format of things this year. And we'll talk about that as the broadcast progresses. Swing and a miss. McShaffrey pulling off that pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cooper Rawls, his 13th appearance. Only one of those have been out of the bullpen. That's fouled out of play down the left side. And that wind continuing to blow towards the press box just a bit. So, again, those balls that go up in the air are going to be knocked down a bit. Not going to get any boost today. The other day it was the opposite. Apaches played a doubleheader here on Sunday against the TCS post-grad group, and the wind was blowing out on that day. We had three home runs that day. Fly ball left field into the corner, and running over to make the catch is Heath Hood. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Cougars. And no runs, no hits, no errors, nothing left on base. And we'll head to the bottom half of inning number 1. We're still scoreless as the Apaches will get their first look at Josh Mendez. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. All right, let's go ahead and get you back here early. Go through the starting lineup for the Tyler Apaches, the batting lineup. Here's the lineup that Coach Wren has put down on his lineup card. The Apaches come in 34-9 on the year, and they are led by 10th-year head coach Doug Wren. Leading off the first baseman, Eric Owen. Batting second is the shortstop, Jacoby Bogue. Batting third, the third baseman, Ty Meisner. Batting cleanup, left fielder, Heath Hood. Batting fifth, right fielder Nick Willoughby. Batting sixth, the DH, Jason Ballou. Batting seventh, catcher Cade Watson. Batting base, Aaron Burks. Batting ninth for the Apaches, center fielder Jacob Johnson. Defensively for the Coastal Bend Cougars, is outfield, Cody Kolb in center. Kyler outfield, Cooper Coe at third, J.B. Trees at short, Kyle McMahon at second, Kyle McShaffrey at first, Ronnie Bailey Jr. behind the plate, and on the mound, left-handed sophomore from Corpus Christi Moody, 5'10 and 205, Josh Mendez. Mendez is 2-2 on the year with a 2.76 ERA. This is his 13th appearance of the season. 29 and a third innings pitched, 20 strikeouts to just 11 walks for the sophomore from Corpus Christi, Josh Mendez. A 1-2-3 inning for Cooper Rawls. He threw 10 pitches to navigate that first inning. And now it's time for Josh Mendez to have a turn. Toeing the rubber. He'll face the first baseman, Eric Owen. Owen, the sophomore from White Oak, will lead it off for the Apaches. Wearing their gold tops with the pinstripe pants, black stirrups, black or white paneled ball caps. First pitch swinging, popped up left field. Going back is Gonzalez at the track and makes the grab. Right in front of the fence. Pretty well hit ball by Eric Owen. Off the bat, I thought it was an easy out. But Gonzalez kept retreating, and he made the catch, actually jumping up against the fence. So there's one out, and here's Jacoby Bogue for the first time today. Josh Mendez opting to go from the stretch throughout this ballgame. First pitch is in there, and it's 0-1. One pitch to Bogue, called a strike. It's 0-2. Bogue, the sophomore infielder from Van. Here's the 0-2. Little looper into right center. Bumstead gives chase, and he can't get there. That's going to fall in. He flips it over to Kolb, who throws it in. It's a stand-up double for Jacoby Bogue. Well, Bogue just kind of flipped his hands at that pitch. Didn't take a great rip at it, but he got to get it right center, and it fell in right between Bumstead in right and Kolb at center. And fortunately for the Cougars, Bumstead gloved it. He left his feet, and then he flipped it over to Kolb, and Kolb got it in so that Bogue wouldn't go on to third base. So here's Ty Meisner now for the first time. Runner at second, one out. First pitch from Mendez is going to be low, ball one. And Bailey Jr. able to block that pitch and keep Bogue at second base. We talked on the pregame interview with Coach Wren, and you heard him say it would be awful nice for the Apaches to get out early and be able to score some runs and relax that dugout a bit. Maybe avoid any kind of offensive threat early in the ball game. Get both teams going to be on their edge a bit here as we start this series. And you'd like to get that first at bat under your belt and that first inning pitch, that first ground ball, fly ball. Just get some of those game day jitters out of your system and get to playing some ball. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that pitch misses. It's 3-0. Ronnie Bailey Jr. has had to be very active in this at bat to block a couple of balls and keep Jacoby Bogue at second base. One out in the inning. Eric Owen flew out to deep left field to open the frame. And a little inside move just to keep Jacoby close to second base. Just getting started. We're scoreless here in Tyler, Texas. Mendez from the stretch pipes a strike in there. It's 3-1. Meisner will step back in. Ball four. So Meisner draws the one-out walk. First walk of the day for Mendez, and that will bring up Heath Hood. Heath Hood, the freshman from White Oak. It's his first look at Josh Mendez. Mendez 2-2 on the year with a 2.76 ERA. It's his 13th appearance overall for the Cougars, and his appearances has thrown 29 innings. There go the runners. Throw to second base, and that ball gets into center field. A run's going to come home. And over to third goes Ty Meisner. Double steal was on, and Bailey Jr. decided to throw to second, and he threw a slider. And the slider from baseman Kyle McMahon and into center. So that'll be a stolen base, and then an E2 will move the runners another base. So that's going to be an error on Bailey Jr., but it's going to go stolen base, and then E2 moves both runners 90 feet. Here's Heath Hood. Foul tip. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Hood. So it's 1-0 Apaches here in the first inning. And Hood with a chance now to get a second run in with only 1 out. And a runner 90 feet away. Mendez, the 1-1. And it's going to be off the plate. Boy, this is a situation where not a bad time to think about maybe even a safety squeeze here. Infield's way back. You got the left-hander on the mound who's got his back to that runner. Get off a little bit longer than normal. 2-1 is the count. And here's the bunt. There it is. And it's going to go foul. First baseman playing way back. A little surprised. And Coach Wren on the same wavelength here. I think I was sending the message down the dugout, right? All right, Miss Warren has checked in on that live chat. That ball's in the dirt. Another good block by Bailey Jr. to prevent the run from coming home. And it's a full count. So Miss Warren checking in, rooting Cade, Aunt Debbie, Faith, and Paw rooting for old Cade Watson. Appreciate you checking in on the live chat. 3 balls and 2 strikes, the pitch. That's low, another walk, the second walk of the inning. And the second consecutive walk issued by Josh Mendez. Only had 11 in 29 innings. Here's Nick Willoughby with a chance to extend the Apache lead. It's 1-0. Runners on the corners now with only 1 out. All kinds of things you can do here. You can safety squeeze, you can hit and run, you can run and hit. Sac fly will get a run in. Heath Hood over at first base. And Willoughby steps in. Moved to first, and boy, good block by McShaffrey. Otherwise, that ball would have gotten away, and another run would have come in. Willoughby, the freshman from Austin, Texas, Round Rock, Westwood. And another pickoff and another wild throw to first. So Josh Mendez showing some signs of maybe being a little nervous here in the early going. 1-0 Apaches. A deep fly ball to left, a double to right, and 2 walks. That brought us to this point. First pitch to Willoughby. There goes the runner, throw to second, and out at second base. Boy, bang, bang play. And Heath Hood is out. I thought he might have got there, but pretty close play. And nice throw by Bailey Jr. That time. It was right on the money. First time he threw down there, he threw a slider. That time went right to the bag, and tag was applied for the second out of the inning. 0-1 pitch. That's in on the hands of Willoughby, and it's 0-2. So a good job right there by Ronnie Bailey Jr. of throwing a strike. Otherwise, you'd had second and third, only 1 out. Mendez from the stretch, the 0-2. Way off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Willoughby going to have to battle here behind the count. Meisner at third, the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's the inning. So first strikeout of the ball game for Josh Mendez, and he does a nice job of minimizing the damage for sure. The Apaches get 1 run on 1 hit. They leave a guy on. Your new score for Mike Carter Field as we go to the second inning, Tyler 1 and Coastal Bend 0. All right, so let's kind of set the stage here as the significance of this series, a 7-game series between these two clubs. The first 4 will be here in Tyler. The last 3 will be down in Beeville in 2 weeks. The winner of that series will host one of 2 4-team double elimination tournaments, and the other tournament will be hosted in the Metroplex at, I think, Prestonwood Christian Academy. And the loser of this series will be playing in that particular 4-game playoff. Right now, Northlake sits atop the Metro Athletic Conference at 18-3 in conference play. Brookhaven is second at 14-8. Cedar Valley's third at 11-10, and Eastfield is fourth at 9-12. Right now, Mountain View and Richland on the outside looking in. Mountain View at 6-15 and Richland at 6-16. So the loser of this 7-game series between these two clubs will actually travel to Dallas for the playoffs. The winner will host a 4-team regional, is what they're calling it. It's going to be a 4-team double elimination. Then winners of those 2 4-team double elimination tournaments will play off in a 2-out-of-3 super regional. Here's Bo Gonzalez for the first time. The 0-1 pitch off the plate, 1-1. Gonzalez, the left fielder, sophomore from San Antonio O'Connor High School. Cooper Rawls have through 10 pitches in inning number 1 and takes something off the curveball there, 1-2 to Gonzalez. This Cougar lineup is sophomore heavy, only 2 freshmen in the starting 9. The catcher Bailey Jr. and the second baseman Kyle McMahon. 1-2 pitch, going to miss high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out, top of the second inning. We're playing 9 here today. Tomorrow will be a doubleheader day at the ballpark, 2 7s. 2-2 pitch, called, strike 3. Second strikeout for Cooper Rawls in as many innings. And here is the third baseman, Cooper Coe. Cooper Coe, a sophomore from Kuntz, Texas. Transfer from UT Permian Basin. First pitch swinging, pop up to center. Easy pop fly for Jacob Johnson. He snags it for out number 2. F8 if you're scoring at the house. Here's J.B. Trees now, the shortstop. Redshirt freshman. Trees out of San Antonio Judson High School. First pitch to Trees, outside corner, called strike 1. Coastal Bend is in Beeville, Texas. That is 343 miles from Tyler, about a 6-hour drive. Down just north of Corpus Christi. Down in south, not quite, I wouldn't know if I'd characterize it as southwest Texas, but South Texas for sure. Next pitch, going to miss high. Off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Nobody aboard. Cooper Rawls has faced 5 and retired 5. The pitch. Ground ball to short. This is going to be Bogue throwing across. Boy, really close as J.B. Trees can get down that line in a hurry. That was a bang-bang play. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across for Coastal here in the second. We'll head to the bottom half. It's still 1-0 Apaches. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. Dr. John Groth with you. Love to hear from any of you that are watching out there. Let me know who you're rooting for, who you're watching, and where you're watching from. It's always interesting to hear where people are watching and listening from. Other over in Region 5, Richland is at Brookhaven, and they should be underway over there. Let's see, Mountain View is at Eastfield. Cedar Valley at Northlake. So those are your Region 5 Division 3 games today. Of course, Apaches and the Cougars will do battle here 4 times in the next 3 days. Single game today, single 9, 2 7s tomorrow, and then a single 9 on Friday. First pitch is low to Jason Ballou, the DH. Only time it looks like we're going to have to deal with any kind of weather is today. A little misty. They're calling for some heavier rains later tonight and overnight. So shouldn't have any problem getting these ball games in with the artificial turf here at Christus Trinity Mother Francis Mike Carter Field. Swing and a miss. Ballou way out in front of a changeup. And it's 1-1. Nobody on and nobody out. Bottom of the second inning. It's 1-0 Apaches. Second inning. Missed that 0 on the top of the. Ballou fouls that next pitch off, and it's 1-2. Got a dry line and a cold front coming through this evening. It's going to cause pretty heavy rains overnight, but awful nice to have this artificial turf here. Artificial turf at Mike Carter has been here this is the 3rd season to have the turf. And, boy, in these times where we've got a lot of rain this spring. And a lot of green in Tyler, which is nice. But, boy, if we had that natural playing surface, this field would be a mess. That pitch misses high, and it's a full count on Jason Ballou. We're at the 6th spot in the Tyler lineup, 6, 7, and 8. Ballou, Watson, and Burks scheduled to face the left-handed sophomore Josh Mendez. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ballou goes down on strikes. Second strikeout for Josh Mendez, and there's one away. Here's Cade Watson, the catcher. First time to face Mendez. Watson, the sophomore from Nacogdoches Central Heights High School. First pitch. In there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Oh, 1 pitch, misses high. And, boy, you can just see it. It sure looks like Mendez has just taken a deep breath and gotten those first inning jitters out of his system. Looks more relaxed. Seems to be around the plate more. His ball was all over the place. Had struggle, walked 2 batters in that first inning, and that first inning could have been a lot worse than it was. Apaches had a runner thrown out stealing Heath Hood, and so Nice job by Mendez to really minimize the damage. Only gave up 1 run. 1-2 pitch off the plate. We're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. All right. Watching from Lubbock. Rooting for the Apaches. Rooting for Coop. Go Coop. Watching from Lubbock, Texas. Appreciate the check-in there. And Mr. Cox rooting for number 13, Nolan Cox from Dayton, Texas. Okay. There's some Cougar fans checking in. Appreciate you shouting out on the live chat. Swing and a miss by Cade Watson. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the second for Josh Mendez. That's 3 strikeouts in a row for Mendez. And here's Jaron Brooks, the second baseman. Mr. Shepard checking in. Rooting for Old Heath Hood. Appreciate the check-in there, Mr. Shepard. And Avery Moore checking in. Rooting for Eric. Lubbock fan group is rooting for you, so appreciate the notes on the live chat. Keep them coming. Let us know who you're rooting for. Let us know where you're watching from. Got to believe there's some folks out of state watching from around the U.S., maybe even around the planet. 1-0 pitch to Burks is in there, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The Apaches' 8-hitter. His first plate appearance of the day. Jaron, the freshman out of Houston, Texas. 1-1 pitch. Popped it up. That's going to be out of play over our heads. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two outs, nobody aboard. Been a quiet second inning for Josh Mendez. Sophomore from Corpus Christi, Moody. Settled in. Line shot, foul. Coach Hunter got the short sleeve pullover on today, untucked. And I can't find Coach Abney. Oh, he's over by the dugout. All right. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Burks. Here's the pitch. Off the plate, 2-2. Well, we've seen that pattern. Boy, Bailey Jr. gets way off the plate. When he wants that fastball away, he gets way off there into the left-handed batter's box. 2-2 delivery. There's an off-speed pitch, and Burks just does get a piece of it. Two balls and 2 strikes. Ground ball up the middle, base hit for Jaron Burks. So Burks aboard with 2 away. That'll be the second hit of the ball game for the Apaches. And that will bring up the center fielder. The only left-handed batter in the lineup for the Apaches today is Jacob Johnson. Johnson, the freshman from Bullard. He steps in. Runner at first with 2 away. Mendez from the stretch pumps a strike in there and a fastball, and it's 0-1. Apaches had an opportunity in that first inning to make it a big inning, and Ronnie Bailey Jr. was able to gun down a base runner that really kind of snuffed out any chance that the Apaches would put up a crooked number. And a nice job by Josh Mendez to limit damage and striking out Willoughby with Meisner at third and 2 outs. Here's the 0-1. That's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Apaches come in 34-9 on the year, ranked number 2 in the latest rankings that came out yesterday. Coastal Bend 18-25. You heard Coach Barley talk about the struggles they've had. Some injuries have set them back lost their first baseman and an All-American pitcher, and they just haven't been able to execute, and he's hoping that this weekend they'll be able to put things together. We'll be on the air tomorrow at 11:45 with interviews from both coaches and reactions to today's ball game. And that ball's well high deep field. Going back is Bumstead, and that's a 2-run homer from your 9-hitter, Jacob Johnson. And the Apaches pushed the lead out to 3-0. Jacob Johnson hits his first home run of the spring. Well, I tell you what, we talked about the wind today, and that wind is blowing in from left and left center, southeasterly. It's died down a bit now. Those pennants to our right and left, not a whole lot of wind behind them, and now it picks up a bit. But Jacob Johnson absolutely crushed that ball, and you knew off the bat it had a chance. Bumstead got on his horse, and he couldn't catch it. It went over the wall. 18-foot high wall. That ball's hit high and deep to left field on this one, and that ball's foul. That ball bounces over the brick wall in the batting cage area for strike one to Eric Owen. Owen hit a ball deep to left his first time up on the first pitch. So a 2-run homer by Johnson has given the Apaches a 3-0 advantage. It's an 0-1 count on Eric Owen. Josh Mendez from the stretch, the 0-1. Misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike. One delivery. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Mendez has struck out 3 Apaches in the first inning and 2/3 here. Actually struck out 3 in a row. He finished the inning with striking out Nick Willoughby. Then he struck out Ballou and Watson to start this inning. But then a single by Burks and a 2-run homer by Johnson. Line shot and just foul down the third base line is Eric Owen all over that one. Can't keep it fair. Count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Apache first baseman today. Eric Owen, .339 on the year. 8 doubles, 3 triples, 3 homers, 26 RBI. And that is second on the club. Here's the next 1-2 delivery. Popped up, right side, out of play. We'll do it again. This ballpark, not a lot of foul territory down either side. 325 down the lines, 361 in the gaps, 370 straightaway center. 18-foot high wall all the way around the ballpark. And I thought that it was going to play long today, but we've already seen one leave the yard. Line shot, left field. This is extra bases for Owen. Over the third baseman, Cooper Coe's head into the corner. Gonzalez retrieves it. It's a stand-up double for Eric Owen. The Apaches are rallying here in the second with 2 outs. And that will bring up the shortstop, Jacoby Bogue. He got a double of his own his first time up. He's 1 for 1. That's going to bring a visit from, I believe this is Ryan Benitez, the pitching coach. I'll have to double check that, but he's listed as the assistant coach. He's having a chat with Josh Mendez, just trying to slow things down a bit, give him a chance to gather himself. Mendez did a really nice job to start the inning. He finished inning number 1 with a strikeout of Willoughby, and then he struck out Ballou and Watson and was kind of on cruise control, but it was a Jaron Burke single up the middle, and then Jacob Johnson caught one, driving it over the right field wall with 2 outs. And now here's Owen with a double with 2 outs, and Bogue's got a chance to keep the inning going. 3-0 Tyler, 3 runs on 4 hits. First pitch. Left, right at Gonzalez. He leaps up and makes a grab for the final out. So, boy, the Apaches really putting the bat on the ball this inning. A 2-out rally nets 2 more runs. Burke's single, 2-run homer by Jacob Johnson. Your new score from Tyler, Texas is the Apaches 3 and the Cougars from Coastal Bend 0. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. 7, 8, and 9 for the Cougars. This is Ronnie Bailey Jr., the catcher. Already made his mark on this ball game by throwing out Ty Meisner back in the first inning. He's had to do a good job of blocking pitches as well. So he'll get his first look at Cooper Rawls. First pitch was in there, strike 1. Breaking pitch misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The lights have been turned on. It's got heavy overcast here today in Tyler, so those lights will help the cause a bit. Bailey, and McMahon scheduled to hit for the Cougars. Fastball just misses low. Ronnie Bailey Jr., the freshman catcher from Georgetown, went to Eastview High School, and he is a product of TCS Postgrad. So the team that the Apaches just played on Sunday in a doubleheader is where Mr. Bailey has played before. 3-1 pitch. Ground ball to third. That's going to be foul. Coach Burley made an error down there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on and nobody out. The pitch. High pop-up. This is going to stay in the infield. Watson's calling everyone off. And he dropped it. Well, Cade Watson had plenty of room and plenty of time. He just missed it. So we'll do it again. And that's an opportunity here for Ronnie Bailey Jr. As Cade Watson did a good job of getting rid of his mask, but just couldn't make the grab. Cooper Rawls, the wind to 3-2. There's another pop-up right side of the infield. This is going to be Eric Owen at first base in foul territory, gathering that one in for out number 1. That will bring up the DH, Jonah Bailey. So Bailey going to be the second left-handed batter for the Cougars. Jonah Bailey is from Boerne, Texas. He's a Bossier Parish Community College transfer. First pitch is in there, strike 1. Breaking pitch off the plate. Counts even. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're at the 8th spot in the Coastal Bend lineup. Top of the 3rd inning. Fastball over the heart of the plate. It's 1-2. Rawls from the windup. That pitch is low, and Watson does a good job of blocking that pitch. Just in case Bailey had offered at it. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Boy, a changeup way out in front. Strikeout number 3 for Cooper Rawls. 2 outs in the inning. And here's Kyle McMahon. McMahon, the second baseman. First look at Cooper Rawls. Freshman out of Clear Lake High School. Fastball outside corner, strike 1. Rawls likes to go from the windup. Hands right in front of the chin, and then goes in that windup. There's a base hit, and there goes the no-hitter. Cooper Rawls had retired the first 8 batters in order, but the 9-hitter, Kyle McMahon, steps up, knocks a single to center field, breaking up the no-hit bid. Back to the top we go. Cody Kolb for the second time. On the year, Kolb, .324 average, 6 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, and 15 RBI for the Cougars. He'll get his second look at Cooper Rawls. Rawls with the first time he's having to throw from a stretch. First pitch misses, ball 1. From the stretch, base hit, left field, back-to-back 2-out single. So now the Cougars having a little 2-out rally of their own. After giving up no hits for the first 8 batters, Cougars have come up with back-to-back singles, and that'll bring up Kyler Bumstead, the right fielder. Bumstead, the sophomore, batting .258. 5 doubles, 3 triples, and 18 RBI. First pitch misses, ball 1. Well, for a noon start, we got a handful of folks out here today. Kind of a wet pea soup type of ball game, or weather-wise. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball left side, and he can't get it. Gets through the hole. Runner will be sent home. Here's the throw from Hood. It'll be offline, and it's 3-1. 3 hits in a row for the Cougars. And that's an RBI for Bumstead. RBI number 19 of the year for him. McMahon scores. Kolb stays at second. Here's Kyle McShaffrey. McShaffrey is probably the most dangerous hitter. .333 average, 10 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, 26 RBI. Tied for the lead with Cooper Coe. First pitch, off speed, called a strike. Kolb at second, Bumstead at first. Kyle McShaffrey, the 0-1. Little chopper right back to Rawls. He misplays it, and everybody's safe. The inning continues. Well, Cooper Rawls just couldn't put his hands on that thing. That's going to be an error. E1 is going to open up the door for a potential big inning here with 2 outs. And here comes Michael Ruppenthal to try to slow things down a bit. Well, like his counterpart, Cooper Rawls got the first 2 batters of the 3rd inning. Bailey Jr. popped up to third. And Jonah Bailey struck out swinging. He had 2 outs and nobody on. McMahon in the 9th spot singled to center. Kolb knocked one through the infield on the left side. And an RBI single by Kyler Bumstead scored the Cougars' first run of the ball game. And a little chopper that looked to be an easy play that Cooper Rawls just missed it. Went right off his glove. He dropped it, and he tried to pick it up and couldn't do that. Had time to get the out a couple of times, but it's going to load the bases for cleanup hitter Bo Gonzalez. Bo Gonzalez, .213 on the year, but he's got 4 homers. First pitch misses, ball 1. .213 batting average, 4 doubles and 4 homers, 19 RBI for the Cougar left fielder. Cooper Rawls, bases loaded trouble here. Swing and a miss. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, a base hit has a chance to tie the game. Extra bases might give the Cougars the lead here in the 3rd inning. 3-1 Apaches. Cougars threatening here. The pitch. Outside corner, called strike 2. Rawls has struck out 3 Cougars so far in the first couple of innings. We're in the top of the 3rd, trying to get out of a jam here. Ground ball, second base, through the 1 home. Here comes the 2nd run, and we are tied. Boy, 2-out rally by the Cougars. And you got to tip your cap to the Cougars here. They have come back and tied this game. So, well-hit ball off the bat of Bo Gonzalez. And Gonzalez now with 21 RBI on the year. And that's going to bring up Cooper Coe. And Coe's got 26 RBI. He's tied for the team lead. .252 average for Coe, 9 doubles, 2 homers. First pitch swing, and he fouls it off to the left side out of play. No balls and 1 strike. And just like that, Cooper Coe is the 8th batter of the inning. Apache scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second. And the Cougars have come right back here to score 3 runs, all with 2 outs. Rawls had retired the first 2 batters. 0-1. Off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, it was a 30-pitch inning for Mendez in the 2nd inning, and Rawls started this inning with 21. Check swing, and they said he went. Wasn't sure he went on that one, but first base umpire said yes, he did. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Time called. Coe is the 8th batter of the inning. He flew out to center field his first time up. Rawls from the set. The pitch. There's a high chopper. This is going to be Bogue on the run. Throws him. Oh, ball gets... Oh, something came off the runner. I thought it was the ball getting away. But it wasn't. It was one of those arm pads that had flipped off the runner. So 6-3 if you're scoring at the house. That'll end the inning. Nice play by Jacoby Bogue. But the Coastal Bend Cougars end up getting 3 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. They leave some guys on, and we will head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. We are all tied at 3. Back at Apache.com. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field. And a nice little chat with old Davis Page, former Apache, part of that 07 National Championship team. Davis, second baseman for the Apaches. Also did some catching and doing some business in town and stopped in. Glad he ran up to the press box, gave us a quick shout out to Davis Page. Appreciate him stopping up. It's always good to see the former players up here. So it's 3, 4, and 5 for Tyler here in the bottom of inning number 3, and all of a sudden we are tied. Apache's trying to sneak away. They scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, but the Cougars would have none of it. They put a 3 spot on the board, and it's all tied at 3. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ty Meisner. Just off the plate, 2-1. Meisner, 295 on the year, 7 doubles, a homer, 24 RBI. Little nubber to second. This is McMahon throwing out Meisner. There's 1 away. Well, you know that when these two teams meet, it's normally closely contested, and so far that's been the story. Apache's jumped out 3-0, and Coastal Bend with a 3-run third inning come right back. And both teams very productive with 2 outs today. Line shot just foul on the third base line off the bat of Heath Hood, strike 1. Hood walked in the first inning. And Heath Hood, 379 average on the year. 9 doubles, couple of homers, 22 RBI for the Apache left fielder. 2-2 pitch. Misses high. 1-1 is the count. Check swing, he went for sure. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the third inning. We are tied at 3. And kind of a pea soup type of day here at Mike Carter Field. 67 degrees at game time. 93% humidity. And the lights have been turned on, so normally at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you're not going to leave the lights, but definitely heavy overcast today. So the heavier chance of rain is overnight tonight. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, got him to chase. And boy, last couple innings, both these pitchers have gotten the first 2 batters. We'll see if the Apaches can rally with 2 here. That's the 4th strikeout for Mendez. And that'll bring up Nick Willoughby. He was the first strikeout victim for Mendez back in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Willoughby on the year, 286 average, couple of doubles, a triple, and a homer. 12 RBIs for the Apache right fielder. Popped out of play the right side. And into those big bleachers. Ballpark seats about 4,000 fans. Large bleachers down both right and left field sides, and then some chair back bleacher sections behind both dugouts and a covered area behind home plate. Really a fun place to play, fun place to watch the game, not a bad seat in the house. No balls, 2 strikes to Nick Willoughby. Here's the pitch. Off the plate. Two outs, nobody aboard. Mendez has gone from the stretch throughout. Boy, just off the plate. Not sure I could have taken it with 2. Willoughby gets the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Fouls that one off. We'll do it again. Here's the next 2-2 offering. Willoughby, again, just does get a piece of it. Coach Abney makes the play off the wall. Two-two pitch. Boy, I don't know if that went off him or the bat. Well, Nick was looking at the home plate umpire asking if it went off of him. When you take a check swing and it goes off any part of your hand there, it's going to be a foul ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball misses inside, and now we're at a 3-2 count. 2 outs, nobody aboard. Willoughby 0 for 1. He struck out. Josh Mendez trying to get the Cougars back in the dugout. The pitch. Fly ball center field. This should be it for the Apaches. Kolb squeezes that one. It's a 3-up, 3-down, 3rd inning for Tyler Junior College. We'll head to the 4th inning. We're tied at 3. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. Dr. John Groth with you. Game 1 of a 7-game set between these two clubs. We're tied at 3. 3-4-1. Identical 3-4-1s on the line score for both clubs. As we go to the 4th inning, this is J.B. Trees now, 2nd time around. First pitch is off the plate, ball 1. Trees grounded out to short his first time up. 234 average for Trees. That pitch catches the outside corner. We're even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 234 average, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 17 RBI for the Cougars shortstop. He shows bunt and called a strike. I think he said he went after it. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cooper Rawls, 48 pitches in the first 3 innings. 1-2. Strike 3 called. Came right at his shoulder and curved over the inside corner. Strikeout number 4 for Cooper Rawls. And there's 1 away here in the 4th. Here's Ronnie Bailey Jr., the catcher. Popped up to first base his first time up. He's 0 for 1. First pitch just misses, ball 1. Bailey Jr. on the year, 247 average, 4 doubles, 2 homers, 17 RBI. One of 2 freshmen in the lineup for Coastal today. Pitch is in there. We're even, 1 ball, 1 strike. The other freshman, second baseman Kyle McMahon. The rest of the lineup is sophomores, including pitcher Josh Mendez. 1-1 pitch popped up, straight up the chute, and this is going to be Watson behind the plate again, and makes this catch. And there's 2 away. Well, a couple of pop-ups. First one that Watson tried to field, he dropped, and it was the same guy. It was Bailey Jr. who hit that pop-up. And a pitch or two later, he popped up to Eric Owen over at first base, and this time, Cade Watson able to hold on to that pop-up behind the plate. Here's left-handed batting DH Jonah Bailey. He struck out swinging his first time up. So he's 0 for 1. First pitch misses, and it's a 1-ball, no-strike count. Inside corner, and it's 1-1. Jonah Bailey, 316 on the year. 3 doubles, a triple, and a homer, 11 RBI. Only has 19 at-bats coming into this ball game. He's only played in 13 games and started 6th, just his 7th start of the season. So limited action for Jonah Bailey. And he finds himself behind now, 1-2 to the freshman from Hallsville, Cooper Rawls. Foul tipped at home plate. Ball bounced off of Bailey, and it's a foul ball. Two outs and nobody aboard. We're in the top of inning number 4. We're tied at 3. One-two pitch. Another foul ball and another ball that bounces off of the chest or body of Jonah Bailey. Cooper Rawls' 12th start of the year. He's only had 1 appearance out of the bullpen. Next 1-2 delivery off the plate. And deuces are wild on the board. From the windup, strike 3 called. And that'll be strikeout number 5 for Cooper Rawls. And the Cougars go in order in their half of the 4th inning. We'll come back for the bottom half. We're tied at 3. First time up as the sprinkles start falling here at Christus Trinity Mother Francis Mike Carter Field. And I think we're going to deal with this on and off all afternoon. You can see on the radar there's a little bit of green on the radar that's just kind of moving through the Tyler area. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nothing real organized at this point. Really not a whole lot on the radar at all, but it's just very heavy air. We have some organized storms moving through tonight, but I think all afternoon we're going to deal with this kind of a misty, sprinkly type of day. Temperature has gone up to 69, so a little bit warmer than when we started. 2-1 pitch to Ballou, misses, and it's 3-1. We're tied at 3 in the 4th inning. Apaches opened up the scoring in the first inning. And 2 more runs off a 2-run homer by Jacob Johnson in the second inning. Made it 3-0, but then Coastal Bend with 3 in the top of the third. Ball's well right at the center fielder, Cody Kolb, out number 1. So Ballou lines out to center field. Here's Cade Watson with 1 away. Cade Watson, 281 on the year, a couple of doubles, 3 triples, and a home run. The Apache catcher, 16 RBI. Boy, lost the grip on the bat with the bottom hand and held on with, that was really odd. As the moisture continues to fall, normally you see that the other hand come off the bat, or maybe both of them. Sometimes the bat goes flying. Well, Coach Abney and Coach Hunter have gone to the longer sleeve jacket now. No balls and 2 strikes to Cade Watson. Struck out swinging his first time up. Off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As we know, before Bailey Jr., when Mendez has gotten way ahead, he scoots way over off the plate. And that's a pop-up out of play on the right side. We'll do it again. Nobody on and 1 out here in the bottom of inning number 4. The pitch. Chopper to second, or shortstop, excuse me. This is J.B. Trees on the run. Nicely done there. Catch and throw on the run for J.B. Trees. 6-3, and there's 2 away. Here's Jaron Burks. He got the ball rolling with 2 outs in the second with a single up the middle. He's 1 for 1. Jaron, 143 average coming into today. 5 RBI for the Apache second baseman. Does not have an extra base hit. Jaron getting his 9th start of the season. Both these clubs are playing game number 43 today. Or 44, excuse me. 43 under their belt. Line drive, and Burks 2 for 2. Solid single. And Burks does the same thing he did last time with 2 away. And here's Jacob Johnson, the home run man from the second inning. Launched one over the right field wall for his first home run of the year. Johnson came into the ballgame, 263 average. 15 doubles, leads the club. 2 triples, 1 homer, and now 22 RBI. First pitch is a ball. It's 1-0. Well, now he's fallen behind Johnson 2-0. Ballou led the inning off with a line drive to center. Watson grounded out to short. Burks with a single to left. And here's the 2-0 to Johnson. Misses low, 3-0. Well, the Cougars 3-4-1. The Apaches now 3-5-1. After that Burks 2-out single. The pitch is in there, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Mendez started the inning with 67 pitches. Cooper Rawls has thrown 62 in the first 4 innings of work. Now Johnson stepping out, asking for time. Left on left matchup. Johnson, the only lefty in the Apache batting order today. Here's the 3-1. Fastball outside corner. It's 3-2. Well, Birch will be off with the pitch here. A little surprised you don't get behind him because he's going to be moving. Here's the pitch. Big swing, popped it up left side of the infield. And let's see who's going to get it. It's going to be the third baseman. That's Cooper Coe for the final out. F5 if you're scoring at the house. So the Cougars avoid the 2-out rally. And we will head to inning number 5. We're almost halfway there. We're still tied at 3. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. Top of the 5th inning, 9-1-2 for Coastal Bend. This is Kyle McMahon for the second time. He'll face Cooper Rawls. Rawls throwing 62 pitches in his first 4 innings. Mendez just finished up his 4th inning with 84 pitches. McMahon, 250 average. 2 doubles and 8 RBIs. One ball, 1 strike. Cooper Rawls, the freshman from Hallsville. 1-1 pitch off the plate, 2-1. Well, umbrellas are out in full force here as the sprinkles continue at the ballpark. 2-1. Called a strike. We're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two pitch fouled off to the right side. And we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cougars wearing their all grays today with the navy blue ball caps, navy blue lettering and numerals across the front. Strike 3 called. Strikeout number 6 for Cooper Rawls.
Center fielder, number 7, Cody Cole.
1 away, and that'll roll it back to the top of the lineup. Cody Kolb, 1 for 2. He was part of that 3-run 3rd inning. Singled to left field his last time up. First pitch is in there, strike 1. Struck out looking to open the ball game. So 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the 0-1. My slider catches the outside corner, 0-2. Perfect placement on that. 0-2 pitch and just fouls it off. Boy, kind of a late swing by Kolb. Just did get a piece of that. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the 5th for Cooper Rawls. And with 2 away, here's Kyler Bumstead. The right fielder is 1 for 2. He got a 2-out RBI single his last time up. Grounded out to third base back in the 1st inning. First pitch, ground ball to third. This is Meisner backing up. Long throw. Got him. So it's a 3-up, 3-down 5th inning for Cooper Rawls. We'll head to the bottom half. We are officially halfway home, and we're tied at 3. Top of the lineup for the Apaches as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Eric Owen, Jacoby Bogue, Ty Meisner scheduled to hit. For the Tyler Junior College Apaches wearing their gold tops today with the pinstripe pants. Starting pitcher gets to pick the uniform for the Apaches, and evidently Cooper Rawls likes the gold tops. First pitch to Eric Owen, ground ball to short. This is J.B. Trees, fields it, throws it, 1 away. One pitch and 1 out for Josh Mendez. That was pitch number 85 for Mendez. Here's Jacoby Bogue for the 3rd time. Bogue first, lined out to left field to end inning number 2. He's 1 for 2. As the rain continues to just trickle down. It's almost just a heavy mist. If you're without an umbrella, you're going to get a little wet today. Most of the fans have gathered under the covered area underneath us. Line shot, left field. That's Bogue's 2nd hit of the day. So here's Ty Meisner with 1 aboard and 1 out. We're tied at 3 in the 5th. It's been 0 since the bottom of the 3rd. Cougars able to score 3 in the top to tie it. Since then, both pitchers have put 2 zeros on the board. Apache's trying to get something going here through the middle of their lineup. First pitch to Meisner misses, ball 1. Meisner walked back in the 1st, grounded out to second base in the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 1 today. Josh Mendez, the sophomore from Corpus Christi, comes set. The pitch. And that's going to miss low. Mendez is from Corpus Christi Moody, but he also transferred from Murray State. Apaches played Murray State earlier this year. Division II junior college out of Oklahoma. That pitch is in there, and it's 2-1.
Mickey was all the way by that hole, and we were over here. And then I started laughing, and Mickey literally ran over the circle. Why don't you like seeing that?
And Mendez has had a little trouble throwing accurate pickoffs today. He's had McShaffery had to pick a number of those pickoffs at first base in the dirt. He's had to pick him out of the turf. 2-1 delivery. Ball gets away, and boy, good job by Bogue. Great jump on the ball in the dirt. And Bogue will go to second base on the wild pitch. Well, now you got a runner at second base with one out. And Meisner at the plate. Left-hander on the mound. Cougars are going to act like they're going to hold Bogue at second. Think about trying to get him over there. And there's ball 4. Now the Apaches, 2 base runners on. And that's the first walk since back in the first inning. So now that's going to be all. Coach Barley has just made a motion to the bullpen. We'll let you know who the new Cougar pitcher is in a moment, but that'll be all for Josh Mendez. With 1 out here in the 5th, that'll be it for him. Back in just a minute with the new pitcher. All right, the new pitcher is a right-handed freshman from La Grula, Texas, 6'2" and 185, Luis Martinez. Martinez takes over for Mendez. Give me a pitch count on Mendez.
Now batter, left fielder, number 9,
93, okay. So 93 is what Mendez ends up with, and Martinez will take over. For Luis Martinez, 3-2 on the year, a 5.63 ERA, his 17th appearance of the year. That leads the club. First pitch, high chopper into left, base hit. Runner will be sent home. Apaches take the lead, 4-3. RBI single off the bat of Heath Hood. First pitch he saw, he pounded it into the turf. And Hood will get an RBI. Jacoby Bogue comes around to score the 4th run of the ball game for the Apaches. And here's Nick Willoughby. Martinez, 16 outings. This is the 17th of the season. That's easily the most on the team. 24 innings pitched, 31 strikeouts to just 17 walks for the freshman from La Grula, Texas, Luis Martinez. First pitch Low, ball 1 to Nick Willoughby. Willoughby has struck out swinging and flown out to center field. He's 0 for 2. Apache's mounting a rally here in the 5th. They have retaken the lead by a score of 4-3, and they have 2 aboard and only 1 out. One 1-0 pitch. Willoughby with a big swing. Might have been a ball there. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. 4-6-1 for the Apaches. 3-4-1 for the Cougars from Coastal Bend. Here's the pitch. Yeah, it's going to miss low. Martinez knows the Apaches in 43 ball games came in having stole 102 bases. A little surprised if you don't see some kind of action on the bases here. Nothing doing there. Pop up, right field, shallow. Bumstead on the run and makes the catch. So there's your second out. That's a big out right there. Got in on the hands of Willoughby with that fastball. Popped it up to shallow right field. Kyler Bumstead on his horse made a nice running catch for out number 2. And that'll bring up Jason Ballou. Ballou hit the ball hard to centers last time up. Lined out and struck out swinging back in the 2nd inning. Martinez from the set position. First pitch in there, strike 1. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Apaches have scored 1 run here to take a 4-3 lead. They have 2 runners aboard with 2 outs. The pitch, check swing in the dirt. As that turf's got to be getting wet. Been misting for quite a while. And Bailey Jr. asked for a new ball after that ball got away from him. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away and 2 aboard. Here's the pitch. Off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Apache's trying to add on to a 4-3 lead. RBI by Heath Hood just gave them the 1-run advantage. Martinez from the set, the pitch. Boy, good hack by Ballou, just missed the fastball. Martinez, the pitch, we just missed. I think we're 3-2 here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners will be off of the pitch. You got McShaffery back behind the runner at first base. Here's the payoff pitch to Ballou. Off the plate, ball 4. So that's going to be third walk of the game for Coastal pitchers. And that's going to load the bases. The dangerous situation right here for Luis Martinez. Ballou at first, Hood at second, Meisner at third. Cade Watson steps in. Watson 0 for 2, struck out swinging in the second inning, grounded out to short in the fourth. First pitch to Watson in there, strike one. Watson, 281 average. Golden opportunity here to extend a one-run lead for the Apaches. Next pitch, boy, right there. Solid fastball, called a strike. It's 0-2. Two outs, bases loaded. One-run ball game. Apaches lead 4-3. Here's the 0-2. Chopper to third. This is Cooper Coe. Fires it over, and that's the inning. So, dodging a bullet. Could have been worse. Martinez comes in and does a pretty good job of getting out of any further trouble. But the Apaches do get one run on 2 hits. They leave them loaded. We go to the 6th inning. Your new score from Tyler, Texas is the Apaches 4 and the Cougars 3. All right, I got an overlay on that screen. If you want to shoot a text to me, you can do that by just texting to the number 81010 at TJCBB. You can shoot out a message that way if you want to. There's a drag bunt, and Rawls can't pick it up. That's going to be a hit. McShaffrey lays down a perfect drag bunt to open up inning number 6. It's going to be a 1-B-1. And so with runner at first and nobody out, here's the cleanup hitter, Bo Gonzalez. Breaking pitch off the plate, ball 1. Gonzalez 1 for 2. He got a big 2 RBI single his last time up. Struck out looking in the second. So a nice job by McShaffrey. One ball, one strike. Cougars with just 2 lefties in their lineup. McShaffrey 1, and then it's Bailey down in the 8th spot. Foul tip caught by Watson. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 4-6-1 for the Apaches. 3-5-1. Actually, I think, yeah, that's right. 3-5-1. Yeah. That was the first hit since we're back in the third inning. That pitch is going to miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. McShaffrey has reached on a perfectly placed drag bunt. Rawls picked it up, but I'm not sure he would have had a play either way. So that ball's drilled foul down the right side. We'll do it again with a 2-2 count. Bo Gonzalez battling here. The pitch off the plate. Count is now full. It's kind of a big moment in this ball game. Got no activity in the Apache bullpen. Cooper Rawls had thrown 73 coming into the inning. 3-2 pitch off the plate, ball 4. And you're hearing some energy come out of that Coastal Bend dugout. That's the first walk of the game for Cooper Rawls. First and second, no one out. This is Cooper Coe, the third baseman, has flown out to center, grounded out to short. And we'll see if Coach Barley decides to move the runners here. Apache's anticipating the bunt, and Coe showed bunt with his bat, so gotta believe you're gonna see a sacrifice here. Rawls has his sign. Here's the pitch. First pitch misses high, ball 1. Well, he had Owen charging at first base, and Burks covering first behind him. Ty Meisner has to hold his ground over there at third. Here's the pitch. Another square around and called a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. I think we're going to see bunt again here. Coe didn't think it was a strike. He's going to square. There's the bunt, third base side. Meisner has to catch and throw on the run, and he does so. And there's 1 away. Good sacrifice by Cooper Coe. 5-4. And now you got 2 runners in scoring position for your shortstop, J.B. Trees. 0 for 2, he's grounded out to short, taking a third strike. Well, squeeze is in play right here. You know, 1-run game for sure. A lot of baseball in front of us. We're in the top of the 6th. 4-3 Apaches. And corner infielders are creeping in. First pitch swinging, pop up, shallow left field. This is Bo going back and makes the catch. He got a collision. The throw to the plate is not in time. We're tied. Sacrifice fly, little miscommunication there. And Heath Hood tried to slide, and Bogue lost his footing. And when he did, the guy at third, McShaffrey, came home to the score. So that's going to be a sacrifice fly. And it'll be an RBI for J.B. Trees. It looked to me like McShaffrey was not going to tag until Bogue lost his footing. Once he went down, now here came McShaffrey. We're tied at 4. You have 2 outs in the inning. First pitch is in there, strike 1. Oh-1 from Cooper Rawls. That's in there, and it's 0-2. 4-5-1 now for the Cougars. 4-7-1 for the Apaches. Ronnie Bailey Jr., 0 for 2. He has popped up twice. Once to first base and once to the catcher. And he's behind in the count here, 0-2. Go-ahead run out at second base. And Bo Gonzalez. Breaking pitch misses inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cooper Rawls from the stretch position. The pitch. And good block by Watson. Counts even at 2-2. 2 away. 1 run is in for the Cougars. They have tied it here in the top of the 6th. The pitch. Just missed low. Rawls thought he had strike 3. He was on his way to the dugout. So it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. If Ronnie Bailey Jr. reaches, it would be Jonah Bailey next. There's ball 4. Second walk of the inning. Good block by Cade Watson.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 17, Jonah Bailey.
And now you have a little bit of movement down in that Apache bullpen as the rain picks up now. As we can definitely see some showers now, a little heavier mist. Earlier it was just a mist. Now it's heavier sprinkle. And we're going to have a pinch hitter. And that's going to bring a visit from Coach Rubenthal. We're going to have a pinch hitter. The pinch hitter is going to be Jordan Wolford. We're at the 8th spot in the Cougar lineup. And Jordan Wolford is out there swinging a bat, so looks like he's going to pinch hit. Wolford is an outfielder from Houston, the Woodlands Christian Academy. Coach Rippenthal out there talking to Rawls. You are not going to have a pitching change here. This is just to give Cooper a breather, as you got nobody on that mound yet in the bullpen. Got a couple of guys moving around more. There was no movement until just a moment ago. Now it looks like you're going to have somebody get up and start tossing. Looks like it's going to be Sean Beasley to start tossing. We're tied at 4 in the 6th inning. There's 2 away and 2 aboard. Coach Burley. Here's Jordan Wofford now as a pinch hitter for the first time. He's pinch hitting for DH Jonah Bailey. So Wofford takes strike 1. It's a curveball. Wofford, .219 average on the year. 2 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, and 7 RBI. 0-1. Check swing, called a strike. It's 0-2. One of the hardest things in baseball is get off that bench and be productive. And that's what Wofford's been asked to do here. 2 on and 2 out. 0-2 count now. He's going to have to battle. Here's the pitch. Off the plate. Boy, Cade Watson picking that ball out of the turf. It's 1-2. Runner at second had a notion to go to third, but once Watson caught that ball, he put on the brakes. Here's the 1-2 from Rawls. Ground ball to second. Burks is going to catch it. He'll go to first with it, and he gets the runner. Well, you dodge a bullet there, but you do give up 1 run, and we are tied at 4 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas, as we are in a soggy situation here. This is one of the This is one of those situations that as a coach, you always got frustrated. I did. There's nothing on the radar. Very little green, and this moisture is just being squeezed out of the atmosphere, and the sprinkles are getting heavier. If we had Coach Wren actually talking to the home plate umpire, and maybe talking about just whether we need to delay the game or not, kind of talking through it a bit. You got to make sure that pitcher can get good footing on the mound. If he starts slipping, then you got to have to slow things down and maybe take a breather. I think we're fine for now. Radar doesn't show anything, but the rain has picked up in the last 10 minutes. And it makes playing baseball, sometimes a bit dangerous, and you got to watch that pitcher. If he can't plant those feet, this is where if you're playing on natural grass, you have to cover the field and let this thing rain out. But with the turf, you kind of play through it. It's a tough decision. Mr. Umpire is going to have to make sure that the pitcher can get his footing and that ball is not coming to home plate haphazardly because of the footing out there. Well, the Apaches will bring 8, 9, and 1. This is Jaron Burks. First pitch swing and fouls it down the third base line, strike one. Jaron is 2 for 2. Singled back in the second inning and singled in the fourth. First time with a center and second time to left. Luis Martinez came on with one out in the fifth, is still on the mound for the Cougars. Breaking pitch back behind Jaron, and it's 1 strike. We're tied at 4 in the bottom of the 6th. We're playing a 9 today. Tomorrow's ball games are both 7s. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Jaron Burks 3 for 3. His second base hit to center field, and here come the Apaches. Jacob Johnson for the third time. 2-run homer in the second inning. A pop fly to the third baseman to end the fourth. He's 1 for 2. Johnson steps in. If you think about moving the runner here one way or another, hit and run and hit, bunt. Hate to have a guy that hit one out of here lay down a bunt, but you might do it. Here's the pitch. Off the plate. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. Usually let the hot bat swing away here. Johnson steps in with a 1-0 count against Luis Martinez, the freshman from La Grula, Texas. The pitch, called a strike. It's 1-1. Martinez from the set. He'll hop off the rubber and fake a throw over towards Burks at first base. This time he'll actually throw it, same motion. Here's the pitch, and that's well short of the plate. Pretty good job right there by Bailey Jr. Ball, that's about 57-foot pitch there, and Bailey somehow was able to secure the baseball and keep Jaron Burks at first base. One of the nice things about the turf, you get those true hops. That's on a dirt field. That's probably going to bounce away from the catcher. And check swing by Johnson. I think we're 3-1 here. from the stretch. The pitch. High chopper to second. McMahon, nowhere to go but first. And that basically works as a bunt. 4-3 if you're scoring at the house. Burks goes to second. Back to the top of the lineup you go. Eric Owen for the fourth time. 1 for 3. Flown out to left. Double to left. Grounded out to short. We're tied at 4. Bottom of 6. Apache's now with the go-ahead run in scoring position. Been a good ball game. Back and forth battle. Apache's took a 3-0 lead early. 3-run third inning, tied it. Apache score a single run in the 5th. Cougars come right back with a single run in the 6th. That's where we stand right now. Bottom half of the 6th, tied at 4. Oh, and 339 on the season. One 1-0 pitch, that's low. Another good block by Bailey Jr. He's earned his keep back there today. He's had to block a lot of balls. Done a good job of not only blocking them, but getting on them quick. So you like to teach catchers, one thing to be able to block the ball, keep it going from the back to the backstop, but got to follow it up with pouncing on it quickly. There's not a lot of hustle. Those base runners, good base runners, will pick up on that, and they'll take the extra base. 2-0 pitch, called a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. To Eric Owen, playing first base today for the Apaches. And now Owen asks for time. Stepping off the mound now. Trying to gather himself, find a rhythm out there. Luis Martinez, the freshman from La Grula. He also is a Sanjak transfer. Fouled straight back. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. We're at the top of the Apache lineup. Eric Owen trying to give the Apaches the lead once again. Had a 3-0 lead. Coastal tied it. A 4-3 lead, and Coastal has tied it again. Well, the early innings were moving along here. These middle innings are plodding along. Slow pace of the baseball here. Here's the pitch. Boy, just missed. I don't know if I could have taken it. Full count. Cougar fans wanted that called a strike. Pretty close pitch. So did Luis Martinez. I don't think I could have taken that pitch. That looked to be a solid fastball. If anything, maybe a little bit inside. Owen taking his time, getting back in the box. Martinez from the set. He's going to throw it into center field. And Burks didn't realize the ball got away. He'll get to third. That's an E1. Burks will go to third base on the errant throw by pitcher Luis Martinez. Well, he had faked the move a couple of times, and that time he wheeled and threw, but nobody was there. So it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Still only one out. That totally changes your situation right there. Now you got a runner 90 feet away, and now a sac fly will score him. Infield has been brought way in. The payoff pitch. Popped out of play. We'll do it again. Well, Martinez thought that he had Owen struck out on the 2-2 pitch. He's going to have to battle right here. Three balls, 2 strikes. The Apache dugout trying to generate some energy down there. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. And Owen will jog down to first base. First and third now, 1 away. That's the second walk for Martinez. And the 4th walk overall for Coastal pitching. You're going to have to put on that first and third defense. Owen at first. And that's going to bring a visit from Coach Barley. You do have a right-hander tossing in the bullpen. Looks like it's Cody Vega warming up down there. And you make the motion? He did. We're going to have a new pitcher. We'll let you know who it is in just a second. All right, the new pitcher for Coastal Bend is a right-hand sophomore from Bryan, Texas, 5'10" to 160, Cody Vega. And for Vega, outing number 11 of the year. Vega is 4-5 with a 7.09 ERA, 39 and 1/3 innings pitched, 30 strikeouts and 14 walks for the sophomore from Bryan, Texas, Cody Vega. Vega is a product of Allen Academy and a transfer from Alvin Community College. And he'll come in with runners on the corners and 1 away, and he will face Jacoby Bogue. Bogue is 2 for 3 today. Apache's trying to regain the lead. It's been a back and forth battle between these two squads, and Bogue with a chance to get his 3rd hit of the day. We got a lot of options here. First and third, 1 away. Safety squeeze certainly in play. A run and hit, a hit and run. Sac fly in play for the runner at third, less than 2. For the moment, the heavy sprinkles have relented. And I don't want to say it's clearing up, but it's not. Rain's not coming down like it was just a few moments ago. 4-4 is our score, bottom of 6. Apaches with 2 runners on. First pitch to Jacoby Bogue. Misses, ball 1. The a sophomore from Bryan. Cody Vega on in relief. His 11th appearance of the year. 1-0 pitch off the plate, 2-0. We're at this 2 spot in the Apache lineup. Ty Meisner waits on deck. Vega from the stretch position. Pretty good lead over there by Eric Owen at first base. He's now fouled behind Bogue, 3-0. Here's the 3-0 delivery, ball 4. Well, bases are loaded with Apaches. First walk for Cody Vega, the fifth walk, for Cougar pitching. And you load him up for Ty Meisner. Meisner has received 2 of those walks. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to second base back in the 3rd inning. Burks at 3rd. Owen at 2nd now. Bogue at 1st. Cody Vega has his sign. First pitch. Outside corner. Strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Chopper to 3rd. You catch it. You thought about going home, and you throw it to 1st. You do get an out, so nice job by Cooper Coe. He thought about coming home with it, but then changed his mind, and the Apaches regained the lead. It's going to be a RBI fielder's choice. 5-3. Meisner gets an RBI. The other base runners move up a spot, and Burks comes home with the 5th run of the ball game. It's now 5-4 Apaches. Here's Heath Hood, 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. Pop up right side, that's going to get out of play. Into the bleachers. Out of here. Ball bounced in the bleachers and out of the ballpark. No balls and a strike with 2 away. It's a big moment in this game. It's been a back and forth battle. A base hit could give the Apaches a 3-run advantage. Breaking pitch stays up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the other thing you got to keep in mind is that turf has been taking all this sprinkles all morning. There's a ground ball to short, backhanded by Trees, and he throws across to get the final out. So good job there to get out of trouble. That could have been worse. The Apaches get 1 run on 1 hit. Leave a couple guys on. We go to the 7th. Almost time to stretch it out at the ballpark. The Apaches regain the lead. It's 5-4. All right, the Apaches have gone to their bullpen for the first time today. Right-handed sophomore from Van, Texas, 6'2" and 165, Sean Beasley. For Beasley, outing number 18 of the year. That will tie him with Spinozzi. He's 3-0 with a 1.71 ERA, 31 2/3, 54 strikeouts to just 5 walks. Sophomore Sean Beasley jumps ahead. No balls and a strike to Kyle McMahon. He swung and missed at that. And he's going to put some stickum on the bat. Make sure he holds on to it. Nobody on, nobody out. We're in the top of the 7th. Swing and a miss, 0-2. We're at the 9 spot. McMahon singled and scored in the 3rd inning. Struck out looking in the 5th. Pitch misses, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beasley winds and delivers off the plate, 2-2. McMahon's the one that started that 2-out rally back in the 3rd inning. Strike 3 called. Ball started right at the shoulder of McMahon and curved right over the inside corner. Strikeout number 7 for Tyler pitching. First strikeout for Sean Beasley. Back to the top we go. It's Cody Kolb. And there's strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Chop foul over the third base dugout. Cougars in the third base dugout here at Mike Carter Field. The Apaches in the first base dugout. 5-4 is our score, top of 7. High chopper. This is going to be Bogan. No, it's going to be Meisner cutting it off, and he missed it. I don't know. Probably going to give that a hit. Ball's right behind the mound. And I don't know if Meisner, if he comes up with it, whether he throws him out or not, but I'm going to give him a hit. Kyler Bumstead up for the 4th time today. Runner at first with 1 away, so after the Apaches take the lead, here come the Cougars once again, getting a runner on with 1 out. Swing and a foul straight back. Might have been a hit and run. Might have been a run and hit. Kolb was off with the pitch. Kolb has got 10 steals and 12 tries, so he's their leading stolen base runner. And you probably see if you can get him in motion again. Fly ball, center field. Johnson backpedaling and makes the catch for out number 2, excuse me. So that's a big out right there for Sean Beasley. Out number 2. And here is Kyle McShaffrey. This is another big at-bat for the Cougars. McShaffrey, arguably their most productive hitter. He's 1 for 3 today and came into the ball game batting .333. 10 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, 26 RBI. He's going to get a 1-0 pitch here from Beasley. And that's going to miss low. 2-0. Dangerous right here. McShaffrey, 3 homers. That leads the club. 26 RBI also among the team's leaders. That's now a 3-0 count. And, boy, you're tempted to just let him rip away here. If he were to catch one, it would give the Cougars the lead. Fastball misses inside, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to McShaffrey. First walk for Beasley. Just the 3rd walk for Tyler pitching. Here's Bo Gonzalez. 1 for 2 with 2 RBI. He had a 2 RBI single back in the third inning. Has struck out looking and walked. Beasley from the set. The pitch. It's in there for a strike. 0-1. A 1 pitch from Beasley. And cannot catch up to the fastball. Fouls it back. It's 0-2. Five-four Apaches. We're in the top of the seventh. 5-8-1 for Tyler. 4-6-2 for Coastal Bend. Game 1 of the 7-game set. Another foul ball back behind us. It's been a back-and-forth battle between these two clubs all day long. Apaches with the early lead. Coastal coming back in the third inning, tying it. Apaches won in the fifth. Coastal tying it in the sixth. The Apaches won in the sixth, and now we're in the seventh. Coastal trying to come back and match that run, if not exceed it. Pesky it back right here by cleanup hitter Bo Gonzalez. Already has 2 RBI in the game. Those were RBIs 20 and 21 for Gonzalez on the year. Here's the next 1-2 offering. There goes the runner to third. Ground ball to Bogue at short, and he threw it away. Out of the ballpark. It's tied. Jacoby Bogue, and I was wondering if we wouldn't see more of that with the wet turf. Been very impressed by the throws in this ball game because you know that ball is wet. And sure enough, Jacoby Bogue just launched one over the fence. So that's going to be an error on Bogue. And boy, that opens up the door. So now second and third, 2 outs. And Coastal with a chance now to take the lead. High pop-up into left center field. And Johnson's got room and makes the catch. Well, you dodge a bullet there if you're the Tyler Apaches. But Coastal comes right back and scores a run, and it's time to stretch it out at the ballpark. We're tied at 5. Back in a minute. Stretch it out. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. Nick Willoughby will lead it off. 5, 6, and 7 for the Apaches as we go to the bottom of the 7th. And we're tied again. We've been tied at 3, we've been tied at 4, and now we're tied at 5 as we go to the 7th. Cody Vega on the mound for Coastal Bend. The first pitch inside, ball 1. Willoughby is 0 for 3. Strikeout and a couple of fly balls. Vega drops behind 2-0. The Cougars 5-6-2. The Apaches 5-8-2. We're tied at 5. That pitch is going to miss. Pretty good spot. But it's 3-0. Well, getting down the late innings here. And this is the kind of game that these two teams have played the last number of years. Back and forth battles. 3-1. Check swing, called a strike. 3-2. Willoughby, Ballou, and Watson scheduled to hit for the Apaches. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tip. Bailey Jr. holds on. And that'll be the first strikeout for Cody Vega. 5th strikeout overall for Cougar pitching. Here's Jason Ballou for the 4th time. Struck out in the 2nd, lined out to center in the 4th, walked in the 5th. 0 for 2 for Ballou. First pitch is high, ball 1. Got a right-hander tossing down in the Cougar bullpen. 1-0 pitch. That's laced into left center. Let's see if he tries to get second. Center fielder slipped on his way into the gap, and Ballou in with a stand-up double. So Jason Ballou continues to swing a hot bat. Saw him heat up in the doubleheader on Sunday. And that continues here with an extra base hit with 1 out in the 7th of a tie game. And here's Cade Watson. Watson 0 for 3. Struck out swinging, grounded out to short, grounded out to 3rd. And Jaron Burks, who's 3 for 3, waits on deck. Cody Vega going to work from the stretch. Ballou at second base represents the go-ahead run here in the 7th. Looping liner to right field, coming in and making the catch is Bumstead for out number 2. So there's 2 away now, and here is Jaron Burks. Burks, 2 singles to center and 1 single to left. He's 3 for 3. And he's got a chance to give the Apaches the lead here late in this one. Bottom of the 7th, we're tied at 5. Cody Vega. First pitch to Jaron Burks. Whoa, look out behind him. Well, way behind him. They're going to give him another dry ball. One of the challenges they like today is that turf holds all that moisture. And with no sunshine, no wind to speak of, the ball's going to get pretty wet every time it hits the ground. 1 ball, no strikes to Jaron Burks. Here's the pitch. This is low, 2-0. Burks came into the ball game batting 143. Fly ball, center field. This is in the gap, running over, making the catch is the center fielder Cody Cole. Boy, that ball was just a step or 2 away from being extra bases. So F8 ends the inning, and Cody Vega gets out with a 0. We'll head to the 8th inning. We are tied at 5. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. 6, 7, and 8 for the Cougars. Look out, hit the bull. Whew. Well, we've seen a couple of pitches get away from these pitchers here in the last 2 innings. Just got to be careful. The rain actually is back down. Well, I guess it's picking up again now. I'm looking out the window, and sure enough, that rain is starting to pick up again. So these umpires are going to have to keep a very close eye on that pitcher's mound. Try to make sure those pitchers have dry baseballs. Off the plate, 2-0 to J.B. Trees, the shortstop. He's 0 for 2 with a sac fly. There's a ground ball to third base. Meisner fires it across, 1 away. Every time that ball hits the turf, you're going to have to really be careful about how you throw it. And there's 1 away here in the 8th inning. Ronnie Bailey Jr., the catcher, 0 for 2. He walked his last time up. Sean Beasley came on in the 7th. He's back out there for the 8th. Line shot, and it gets by Meisner at third. And there goes the catcher. You're going to throw it to second. You got to play, but the throw's offline. And it's a double for Ronnie Bailey Jr., his first hit of the game. Oh, that's a double.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 16, Jordan Whitford.
So Bailey Jr., you wonder if you might run for him. He's the go-ahead run here in the 8th. Don't know who you got to catch if you run for him. He's going to stay out there for now. And well, look out. That ball got away again, and now Bailey Jr. over to third on the wild pitch. Well, this is Jordan Wofford, who pinched hit for Jonah Bailey, grounded out to second in his only at bat in the game. Well, now with 1 out, you got to think about squeezing here. Wofford actually squared around on that pitch. I got to believe you're going to consider this here. Eric Owen is creeping in at first base. And Meisner's going to stay by the bag over at third. And Coach Burley going to have a chat over there. You don't have great speed at third. That's one of the helpful things for the Apaches. And now with that, the sprinkles continuing to fall at a pretty good clip here. You've seen Beasley throw wildly a number of times. Ground ball, short. Now Meisner's going to cut it off. He'll come to the plate. Nice job, Mike. Well, it looked like it was going to go to Bogue, and Meisner cut it off. And only because you had a catcher running at third did you have a chance to make that play. Bailey Jr. was running at third, and you got to go there. You got a chance to take the lead, and Meisner made a great play, throwing out the runner at third, or at home plate, cutting down the go-ahead run. 5-2 if you're scoring at the house. Wofford is aboard now, 2 away. That's a huge play in this game. And he hit him. Boy, Beasley has been losing the ball inside. That's the 3rd or 4th pitch this inning to get away from him. Now you got 2 runners on and 2 outs. First and second, go-ahead run back in scoring position. Top of the lineup, Cody Kolb. Kolb's got a pretty good day go for himself, 2 for 5. He has scored 2 runs. First pitch. Off the plate, ball 1. Wofford at second, McMahon at first. We're tied at 5 in the 8th inning. Cody Kolb at the plate, in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Two outs, 2 aboard. Coastal trying to scratch their way to a lead for the first time today. Ground ball to short. Bogue is going to have to take it on the big hop. He throws it across. Safe. Here's the play at the plate, and he is safe. by the Cougars, and they take the lead. Tell you what, Cody Kolb gets down that line in a hurry, and coming around to score is the pinch hitter, Jordan Wofford. He showed good speed. That's an infield single, RBI for Cody Kolb. And just like that, even after the great defensive play, cut the run down at the plate, they scratch for a run. It's 6-5. First pitch from Beasley to Kyler Bumstead in there, strike one. Well, aggressive base running by Coach Burley. Why not? You got 2 outs in the inning. You might as well hit that third base and come on home, and that's exactly what happened. It was a bang-bang play at the plate. As Eric Owen got rid of it, threw a strike to the plate to Watson, but just wasn't in time to get a pretty quick runner, Jordan Wofford. He came all the way from second base. No balls and 2 strikes now on Bumstead. Bumstead 1 for 4 on the day. Fouls it back. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. 6-5, the Cougars lead here, top of the 8th. They have just taken the lead for the first time in the ballgame. And they've done it once again with 2 outs. Done a lot of damage with 2 outs today. 0-2. Center field is going to score another run. Line shot into center by Kyler Bumstead. And boy, the Cougars are coming up huge with 2 outs today. That ball was well hit. Kolb went all the way to third on the play. And McMahon comes home to score the second run of the inning. It's 7-5 Cougars. And now you got first and third, 2 away for their most productive hitter, Kyle McShaffrey. McShaffrey on the day is 1 for 3, reached on a walk his last time. There's a drag bunt. We've already seen him do that one time and reach on a hit. Tries to do it again, fouls it off. No balls and 1 strike. Kyle McShaffrey, the first baseman. Bumstead at first. Kolb at third base, both pretty good runners. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball through the hole, base hit. 8-5. Cougars, 2-out rally here as they are coming up huge in the 8th. McShaffrey, an RBI, drives in Kolb for the third run of the inning, and it's 8-5. And that's going to be all for Sean Beasley. Coach Rippenthal's made the call to the bullpen. We'll let you know who the new arm is when we return. All right, the new pitcher for the Apaches, right-hand sophomore out of South Lake, Texas, Michael Spinozzi. He'll come on with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. And he'll relieve Sean Beasley. Beasley throws 37 pitches in an inning and 2/3 of work. For Michael Spinozzi, outing number 19 of the year, that leads the club. 4-1 with a 1.67 ERA. He does have 2 saves, 27 innings pitched, 28 strikeouts, and 10 walks for the sophomore from South Lake, Texas. Michael Spinozzi. Well, the Cougars will bring their 8th batter of the inning to the plate. This is a very similar inning that the 3rd inning. They put 3 more runs on the board, and all of it with 2 outs. Or the RBIs, the runs scored actually, but Bailey Jr. doubled with 1 out, and he was thrown out at the plate on a ground ball by Jordan Wofford. But from there, it's been a hit batter, an infield single, a single to center, and a single to right. First and second, 2 outs. And here's Bo Gonzalez. Gonzalez, he's got 2 RBIs on the day. He's 1 for 3. 2 RBI single back in that 3-run 3rd inning. First pitch from Spinozzi popped up in the infield. Let's see who's going to get it. Somebody got to communicate here. And, boy, Meisner stays with it for the final out. But the Cougars, 3 runs on 4 hits. They leave 2 guys on. Your new scores, we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Coastal Bend 8 and Tyler 5. And welcome back to Tyler, Texas. We're at Christus Trinity Mother Frances Mike Carter Field. Dr. John Groth with you. Bottom of the 8th. The Cougars have just put 3 more runs on the board in what was a 5-5 ball game. And you heard Coach Burley on the pregame interview talk about execution, and boy, they have done that today with 2 outs. They have been a 2-out machine. 6 of their 8 runs have come with 2 outs. And the Apaches now find themselves trailing for the first time by 3 runs. 9-1-2. Jacob Johnson to lead it off. First pitch in there, strike 1. Now Vega, his job is to post a 0. You got a right-hander in the bullpen for the Cougars, just tossing lightly. Vega came on in the 6th inning with 1 out. That pitch is off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Johnson, a 2-run homer in his first at bat back in the 2nd inning. Since then, popped up to 3rd, grounded out to 2nd. 1-1 pitch. That's popped out of play off to the left side. And it's 1-2 on Jacob Johnson. We'll be on the air tomorrow at 11:45. Tomorrow's doubleheader day at the ballpark, 2 7-inning ball games. We'll talk to both Brian Barley and Doug Wren about today's game, give their comments and what they anticipate for tomorrow's doubleheader. And we'll also broadcast the Friday game at noon as well. So I want to chime in on that live chat feature or the remind feature that I posted there earlier. Feel free to shoot me a note, give you a shout out. Fly ball left field. This is in the corner. Could be trouble. And that's off the wall. The left fielder turned and looked, and that ball went off the fence. Bo Gonzalez looked to play that ball off the wall. For a moment, I thought it might have been out of here. But it's a leadoff double here in the 8th inning by Jacob Johnson. Well, the Apaches need some offense. That's exactly what you needed right there. And now you turn your lineup back over. Top of the order, Eric Owen. Owen's 1 for 3. A double back in the 2nd inning and a walk Back in the 6th inning, he's been on twice. And you need some base runners here. Apaches trail the Cougars 8-5. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Breaking pitch misses inside, ball 1. Cody Vega has been in since the 6th inning. Started the inning with 37 pitches. Oh, that's not right. Started the inning with 21 pitches. Looking at the wrong side of the score sheet here. 2 balls and no strikes now to Owen. Vega comes set, the pitch. Line shot, foul down the third base line. Baseball's coming and going from that Apache dugout. Got to keep Mr. Home Plate Umpire those dry balls. In the, the sprinkles continue here. Maybe a hair lighter than they were a minute ago. 2-1 pitch. Got in on the hands of Owen, fouls it straight back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, we're 2 hours and 39 minutes into this one. Apache's trying to rally from behind for the first time. It's been a back and forth struggle between these two clubs. It's now 8-5 Cougars. Just missed inside. And it's a full count on leadoff hitter Eric Owen. Johnson opened the inning with a double to left. High fly ball that went off the fence just inside that 325 sign down in the left field corner. Went the opposite way. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Big strikeout right there, and that'll get that Coastal Bend dugout charged up. Second strikeout for Vega, the 6th strikeout for Cougar pitching. Here's shortstop Jacoby Bogue. Bogue is 2 for 3. He walked his last time up. He has scored 2 of the 5 Apache runs. Cody Vega, the sophomore from Bryan, on the mound for the Cougars. First pitch just off the plate, ball 1. Bogue doubled in the first inning and singled in the 5th. Both of them to left field. Inside, almost got him. 2-0. We're at the meat of the lineup here for the Apaches. They have done some damage up top, and at the bottom of the lineup today have the Apaches. 2-0 pitch. Boy, big hack by Jacoby. Just missed a fastball. Fouls it straight back. 2 balls and a strike. 8-10-2 for the Cougars. 5-10-2 for the Apaches. We're in the bottom of the 8th. 2-1 pitch. Boy, that's low. And Bailey Jr., another good block. It's 3-1 to Bogue. Sophomore Cody Vega on the mound for the Cougars. Has his sign. He'll come set. Here's the pitch. Popped out of play. It's a full count on Jacoby Bogue. Vega has his sign. The payoff pitch popped out of play. We'll do it again. dugout's on their feet. The Cougars trying to get game one on the road. And that's been a bit of a sore spot. They have 18 wins on the year. 14 of them are in Beeville. 3-2 pitch, grounded foul on top of the Coastal Bend dugout. And we'll do it again. Pesky at bat right here from the Apache shortstop, Jacoby Bogue. Here's the next 3-2 offering, and off the plate, it's a walk. It really doesn't hurt you that much. Your Coastal Bend, as that will actually set up a double play. First walk for Vega, and here comes Coach Barley. That might be all. I don't know if he's made the move yet or not. He's walking out to the mound. Right now you got a right-hander in the bullpen. I don't think he's made a motion yet. Looks like you got Trent Shoulders in that bullpen. And I don't think he's going to make a move here. He's spoken his piece to Cody Vega. And the Apaches now will bring the tying run to the plate after the Bogue walk. And Ty Meisner steps in. Meisner 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. He's grounded out to third and grounded out to second. Apaches trying to get back into this thing. They trail by 3. Breaking pitch called strike 1. 3 runs in the top half of the 8th have given the Cougars an 8-5 lead. But Meisner now represents the tying run at home plate. Vega with the pitch. Ground ball to short through the hole. Base hit. Runner's going to be sent home. 8-6. So an RBI single for Ty Meisner. And it's now a 2-run ball game. Now you got, well, here comes Coach Barley, and that's going to be all for Cody Vega. We'll verify who the new pitcher is. It's an 8-6 ball game. The Apaches threatening here in the bottom half of inning number 8. Back in a minute. All right, the new pitcher is right-handed sophomore from Angleton, Texas. He's also an Alvin Community College transfer. 6'4" and 175, Trent Shoulders. Shoulders will take over for Cody Vega. Vega threw 42 pitches in 2 innings of work. And now it's up to Trent Shoulders to take over. And Shoulders is the save leader for the Cougars. He's got 7 saves. He's 0-0 with a 1.59, 11 appearances, 7 saves. 11 and a third innings, 18 strikeouts, just 2 walks for the sophomore from Angleton, Texas, Trent Shoulders. So this is their closer, and they're asking him to get 5 outs. And looking at he's got 11 appearances and 11 and a third, so he's about a 1-inning guy. And he's been very effective, 7 saves on the year. So first and second, 1 out, and this is Heath Hood, first pitch swing. You step on third, 1 out, you throw across to first, safe at first. Boy, very close. And Cooper Coe fielded that ball, stepped on the bag, and barely missed getting a double play. So first and second, 2 outs now for Nick Willoughby. And now Bailey Jr. was stepping up, acting like he wanted to go talk to Shoulders, but changed his mind. First pitch to Willoughby just misses, and it's 1-0. 2 outs, 2 aboard for the Apaches. They've chipped away at a 3-run lead. It's now 8-6. You got the tying run at first base. Ground ball to short. This should do it. 6, and boy, you'd throw it away. That's a mistake. Wow. That's going to be an error. E6 is going to keep the inning alive. J.B. Trees was going to flip it. The second baseman wasn't there. And so he had to throw it over to McShaffrey at first, and when he did, he threw high. So now the bases are loaded. Boy, that could be a huge play. See how this plays out. Here's Jason Ballou. He doubled his last time up. Tying run at second. Go-ahead run at first. 2 outs. Shoulders from the stretch. First pitch misses inside. Ball 1. Well, that's the question of the day is, did J.B. Trees have time to step on that bag by himself? It looked like he might have, but he decided to go ahead and make the throw when McMahon wasn't at the bag. Looked like pretty good running by Heath Hood. He got down to second in a hurry. So with normal conditions, you would have had an easy flip to second, but Hood was hustling, and McMahon was possibly late getting there, and the throw went high to first base. The 2-0 count to Ballou, swung on and missed, strike 1. Jason Ballou on the day, 1 for 3. Has struck out swinging, lined out to center, walked and doubled to left his last time up. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away, 8-6 Coastal. Apaches with a chance here to tie or take the lead here. Jason Ballou, a 2-1 count. The pitch. Low. Another good block by Ronnie Bailey Jr. And it's 3-1. Boy, if you walk Ballou, it's a 1-run game. Shoulders with 7 saves. Popped up right field. This should end the inning. Bumstead in right field under the ball, and he'll squeeze it for the final out. The Apaches had an opportunity there. They do get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave them loaded. And we go to the 9th. Coastal 8, Tyler 6. And welcome back, ninth inning here at the ballpark. It's been a back and forth struggle between these two clubs. Apaches took the early lead. Coastal tied it at 3. Apaches took the lead. It was tied at 4. It was tied at 5. A 3-run 8th inning gave the Cougars an 8-5 lead. The Apaches scored 1 in their half of the 8th, and here we go to the 9th. Spinozzi back on the mound. He'll face 5, 6, and 7. This is Cooper Coe, and he hit him. First pitch. And he is aboard a hit batter. Well, now most assuredly you're going to see J.B. Trees lay down a bunt here. You got to bunt this guy over, don't you? So Trees up there after the hit by pitch by Cooper Coe. That's the first time Coe's been on base all day. Trees is 0 for 3. There's the bunt, first base side, well placed, and Spinozzi can't handle it. He tried to make, that's a perfect bunt. Owen stayed back, and Spinozzi, that really has got to be Owen's ball there. And defensive mistake right there is going to be, I don't know, I'm going to call that an error. And now you got first and second, no one out, and you're going to have another bunt here from Bailey Jr. And the Apaches need to be on their P's and Q's here on the bunt defense. Already down 2. There's the bunt, third base side, going to go foul. Almost wanted to go back fair. Strike 1 on Ronnie Bailey Jr. He has popped up to the infield twice, walked. He doubled to left his last time up. So he's 0 for 3 on the day. And this bunt's going to go to third. Spinozzi from the set. He had the pickoff on, and Spinozzi just stepped off. First and second, no one out. 8-6 Coastal here in the 9th. Here's the pitch. There's the bunt. Foul. And now the question is, are you going to keep the bunt on with 2 strikes? I think I would. I don't think Coach Burley's going to put it on, though. Well, I don't know. Did not put any signs on, so it's either still on or he's going to ask Bailey Jr. to put it in play here. I think I'd keep it on. Strikeout's better than a double play. Here's the 0-2. High chopper right back to the mound. Well, there's your bunt. And Bailey Jr. somehow gets the job done. So second and third, 1 out. That serves just as good as a bunt. And with 1 out, you got 2 in scoring position for Jordan Wofford. His third at bat of the game. Hit a chopper to third his last time up, which was a big play at the moment, as Meisner threw out Bailey Jr. at the plate. But since then, Coastal put up 3 runs, and they still lead 8-6. Infield drawn in now. First pitch, boy, he tried to golf that one, and it goes way foul on the right field line, out of play. No balls, 1 strike. Jordan Wofford. Came into the game 219 average. Breaking pitch, catches the corner, 0-2. We're at the 8th spot in the Coastal lineup. Second baseman Kyle McMahon would be next. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Boy, what a block by Watson, way out of the strike zone, and saves a run right there. Both these catchers doing a good job today. We've seen Bailey Jr. with his share of blocks, and Watson just saved a run for the Apaches. Spinozzi, the pitch. Fouls it off. We just got a piece of that one. Wofford, 6'3", 175 out of Houston. Those long arms just barely got a piece of that one. Cougars trying to steal game one of the 4-game series here in Tyler. These teams play 7 games in the next 2 weeks against one another to decide who will host one of the regional tournaments. Here's the 1-2 off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jordan Wofford with a 2-2 count. Michael Spinozzi on the mound. The pitch. Just off the plate. It was definitely off the plate. Might have been a hair low as well, and it's a full count. You got a base open here, so a walk is not going to kill you. And you could be kind of picky here. If you're calling pitches, you don't have to come at Wofford with anything good. Here's the 3-2. Fouls it back again. And we'll do it again with a full count. Wofford was on the bench for half the game, and Coach Burley decided to insert him as the new DH. He's been in since the 6th inning. It's his 3rd at bat. Here's the next payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase a fastball off the plate. That was ball 4. Spinozzi gets his first strikeout of the day. And for Tyler pitching, 8th strikeout for the Apache pitching. Apaches have used 3 arms, and now Coach Rubenthal is going to go out and maybe give Spinozzi an idea of how to work Kyle McMahon here. Nobody up in that bullpen for the Apaches. This is strictly a scouting and inspirational type of discussion here, as the Apaches sorely need to keep this lead right where it's at. So McMahon, the 9-hitter at the plate, singled and scored in the 3rd inning, struck out looking twice, once in the 5th and once in the 7th, and he got hit by a pitch in the 8th. He has scored 2 runs today. And Michael Spinozzi desperately trying to hang a 0 on the board in the 9th here for the Apaches. First pitch. Called a strike, 0-1. On the season, McMahon, a .250 hitter. Here's the 0-1. Boy, another perfect pitch. And it's 0-2. Spinozzi with an 0-2 count. Time called now by McMahon. He's gone to the slider twice. No balls and 2 strikes. From the stretch, the pitch. Fastball away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, 2 aboard for the Cougars. They're trying to extend an 8-6 lead here in the 9th inning. Spinozzi, the 1-2 pitch. Boy, another good block by Watson. It's 2-2. Trying to get him to chase one out of the zone. Awful big hole on the right side of this infield. Aaron Burks actually favoring up the middle here. Here's the 2-2. There it is, base hit, right field. It's exactly what I saw there. Ball's dropped, 2 runs are going to score. It's 10-6. Huge hit for Kyle McMahon. I had just noticed that right side of the infield was wide open. Burks is kind of favoring up the middle there. And that ball was just inches from his glove. And so a huge hit by Kyle McMahon gives the Cougars some breathing room here in the 9th inning. It's 10-6. And you got to tip your cap to these Cougars. They have done the job with 2 outs all day long. First pitch is in there, strike one. We're back to the top of the lineup, Cody Kolb. He's got 3 hits and 5 trips. That pitch is going to miss, and we're even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Boy, the damage has been done today by the Cougars with 2 outs. 8 of their 10 runs have been scored with 2 outs. They have scored 2 more here in the 9th. And they now lead by 4 runs. Spinozzi from the stretch. Foul ball. Count stays 0-2. Leadoff hitter Cody Kolb looking for his 4th hit of the ball game. He's got 3 hits. He's also scored 3 of the 10 runs. Quite a day for the Cougar leadoff hitter. There goes the runner, no throw. McMahon steals second easily. And now, with a 1-2 count, you got the next runner in scoring position. They're looking for more. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that will end the inning. But the Cougars, 2 more runs on just 1 hit. An error by Spinozzi on the bunt. And a hit batter spelled doom for the Apaches as they now trail by 4. You need 4 to tie, 5 to walk them off. 10-6 Cougars as we go to the bottom of the 9th. And the Apaches here in the 9th. Watson, Burks, and Johnson. Been relatively productive. Scored 4 of the 6 runs, have these 3 guys. Watson 0 for 4. Last time up, lined out to right field. The 1-0 pitch. Base hit to right field. There you go. You need base runners, and you need a few of them. That's going to go all the way to the fence. Watson's going to hit second, and he'll stay there. So a leadoff double for Cade Watson. And that's the Apaches needed some energy, and he just provided some. Stepping in is Jaron Burks. All he's done is gone 3 for 4 in the 8th spot today. Three singles and a fly ball to center. Jaron Burks in just his 9th start of the year. Really nice ball game. Watson at second. Nobody out. The Cougars are looking for 3 outs here. They're up by 4 runs, 10-6. First pitch off the plate, ball 1. Trent Shoulders came on with 1 out in the 8th. He's been asked to secure a 5-out save. He's got 7 on the year. And here comes the rain once again. 2 balls and no strikes to Burks. That's in there. And it's 2-1. Well, you got to keep chipping away here till you get that tying run to the plate. You're down 4, bottom of 9. The next pitch, pop up. This should be easy play in center for Kolb. He'll catch it, and Watson will have to stay at second base. There's your first out of the inning. So now you're down to your last 2 outs. Jaron Burks flies out to center for the second time in the game, and here's Jacob Johnson. Johnson's had a nice ball game in that 9 spot. A 2-run homer in the second, and a leadoff double in the 8th. The home run was to right. The double was the other way. It went off the fence in left. First pitch to Johnson in there, strike 1. That's the key for Trent Shoulders, is to work ahead of these Apache hitters. Strike 1 is your best friend as the pitcher. We're at the 9 spot in the Apache lineup. There's 1 out in the 9th inning. That ball's low. Another good block by Ronnie Bailey Jr. What a resilient bunch this Cougar team has proven to be here. Apaches jumped out early, 3-0, and the Cougars came right back and scored 3 in the 3rd. Back and forth we've gone, and the Cougars took the lead in the 8th and didn't look back. They scored 2 more in the 9th. They now hold a 4-run lead in the bottom of the 9th. Apaches down their last 2 outs. That ball went off of Bailey Jr.'s hand. Boy, that's not good for the Cougars, as he's been a valuable asset back there behind the plate. Now the coach is checking his hand out. Those catchers take a beating back there. I don't know if he split his finger open or he's going to stay in the game. You're going to have to drag him off that field. This catcher's usually really tough mentally. Johnson going to have to battle here. Down in the count, 1-2. 1 out in the inning. The Apaches down 4 and down to their last 2 outs. Shoulders from the set. Here's the pitch. Oh, just missed. Not sure I could have taken it. They're checking the swing. And finally, the third base umpire decides to go palms down. No swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Jacob Johnson at the plate. Trent Shoulders trying to secure his 8th save of the year. The pitch. And he lost his footing. And it's a full count. Well, the sprinkles are continuing here at Mike Carter Field. It's been a pea soup kind of day. Good day to be a Duck. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Game time temperature was 67. Creeped up to 69 about halfway through the ball game. And it's now 71 degrees, so the temperature has gone up a bit, but the sprinkles have maintained a wet field. The full count pitch is high, ball 4. And it really doesn't hurt you that bad if you're a Cougar fan, because now you got a double play in order. First walk for Shoulders. And the 6th walk for Cougar pitching. First and second, 1 away. Now you go to the top of the lineup, and Eric Owen. Owen's 1 for 4 with a walk. He doubled back in the 2nd inning. First pitch in there, strike 1. Well, even if Owen were to catch one here, it'd still be a 1-run lead for the Cougars. You need to string some good at-bats together if you're the Apaches. Shoulders from the stretch, the 0-1. Another good block by Bailey Jr. MVP defensively has got to be that guy. There have been many opportunities where if that ball gets away too far, base runners advance and it totally changes the situation. If that ball gets away a little further, Apaches have 2nd and 3rd with one out instead of first and second. Double play still in order here. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. And boy, Shoulders has a little bit of trouble here throwing strikes, and he's lost his footing a couple of times. Again, the umpire. So far, we've gone through the rain, through the sprinkles all afternoon, off and on, and it's actually backing off now, not quite as hard as it was a while ago. 2-1 pitch off the plate. And it's 3-1. Well, if Owen reaches, then it would be Jacoby Bogue. Bogue with a couple of hits today. And you're putting yourself in a situation then that you don't want to be in if you're a Cougar fan. Apaches need base runners. 3-1. Popped it up. This should be an out. Cody Kolb coming in from center, and there's a confusion out there, and he finally makes the grab. Boy, never a doubt there, huh? For a while, it looked like nobody was going to call it. And you thought it was Kolb's ball off the bat. J.B. Trees went out. And Kolb came running way in toward the infield for the second out. You're down to your last out. Here's Jacoby Bogue, the last hope for the Apaches. A double in the first inning, a single in the fifth. 2 walks and a line out to left. He's seeing it well today. First pitch to Bogue, inside, ball 1. Deep breath by the sophomore shortstop. He's back in there. Trent Shoulders, the sophomore from Angleton, the 1-0 off the plate, 2-0. Well, if you're an Apache fan, you've got to get Meisner to the plate to have a chance. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch in there for a strike. It's 2-1. Trent Shoulders, his 12th appearance of the year, trying to get his 8th save. The pitch, well behind. No sense in taking a chance there, as Cade Watson actually took a step or 2 towards third, and I think he took some heat from the dugout. His run means nothing at this point. 3 balls, and 1 strike on Jacoby Bogue. He's trying to get his 3rd walk of the day. And if he gets a walk, you'd bring the tying run to the plate. Here's the pitch. Well hit center, deep, but right at Kolb, and there's your ball game. Boy, Bogue hit it hard, but he hit it right at Cody Kolb, and sure enough, the Coastal Bend Cougars steal game 1. And we'll recap this one and finish this thing up. The final line score: Coastal Bend 10 runs on 10 hits, 3 errors for the Cougars. The Apaches 6 runs on 12 hits, and they also commit 3 errors. Of course, the weather had something to do with those errors. But let's recap this one real quick. The Apaches take the early lead, 1 run in the first inning. A 2-run homer off the bat of Jacob Johnson gave the Apaches a 3-0 lead, but the Cougars came right back in the 3rd inning. A 2-out rally gave them 3 runs, and we were tied going to the 4th. Nobody scores in the 4th. It's 3-3. The Apaches score 1 in the bottom of the 5th, 4-3. Cougars come right back and score 1 in the 6th, 4-4. The Apaches match that with 1 in the bottom of the 6th. It's 5-4. Cougars come back and tie it in the 7th, 5-5. And, boy, the Cougars in that 8th inning, another 3-run inning, all with 2 outs. And they take a lead there by a score of 8-5. The Apaches scratch for a run in the bottom of the 8th. RBI single by Meisner makes it 8-6. And then, boy, a big 2-run single by Kyle McMahon in the 9th inning really gave the Cougars some comfort. And there's closer Trent Shoulders does earn save number 8. He'll get save number 8 The winning pitcher is going to be Cody Vega, and Vega will go to 5-5 on the year. Vega gets the win. Shoulders gets the save. The win will take the Coastal Bend Cougars record to 19-25 on the year, and their Region 14 record will now go to 1-0. The losing pitcher, let's just see about this here. 8th inning. I think the loser is going to be Sean Beasley. And Beasley's record, let's peek at that real quick. Sean Beasley is going to drop to 3-1. So Beasley takes the loss, and his record will drop to 3-1. The Apaches' overall record will drop to 34-10, and more importantly, they dropped to 0-1 in Region 14 play. So what a comeback by the Cougars. Boy, you got to tip your cap to their hitters. They battled all day long. They found a way to get it done with 2 outs all day long. Of those 10 runs, at least 8 of them, if not more, were scored with 2 outs. And what was a strength for the Apaches for the whole season, their pitching just didn't quite hold up today. Cooper Rawls goes 6 complete innings, and it was Beasley in the 7th and then Spinozzi in the 8th, and boy, the Cougars were able to scratch and claw their way back into this game. They scored 5 runs in the last 2 innings to win going away by a score of 10-6. So that'll set the stage for tomorrow's ball game. Tomorrow we'll do the same thing at the same time. Actually, we won't. We'll play a doubleheader tomorrow. It's 2 7s at the ballpark, and the good news is this weather's going to move out of here. And we're going to have some drier weather, hopefully some sunshine at the ballpark tomorrow. We'll play 2 7-inning ball games. We'll start at 12 noon. So we will talk to Coach Brian Barley. I'm sure he'll be excited to see and talk about what his Cougars did today. And we'll talk to Coach Wren and find out what he has in store for tomorrow's doubleheader, as the Apaches need to rebound here, as they have dropped the opener by a score of 10-6. So that'll wrap things up from Mike Carter Field for the whole athletic department at Tyler Junior College. This is Dr. John Groth for the athletic director, Captain Chuck Smith, assistant athletic director, Miss Kelsey Weeks, Miss Sherry Hardwood, the whole gang back at Wagstaff Gym. A tip of the cap to Ed Atkins, Noel Piles, Jacob Scott up here in the press box, the whole press box crew keeping us on our P's and Q's. Game 1 is in the books between the Apaches and the Cougars. The Cougars take it by a score of 10-6. Until tomorrow at 11:45. So long, everybody.